And we are live. NashvilleLou live on the air. Welcome to technical difficulties. Oh my goodness. Come on, let's get Twitchy Tides going, shall we? Let's see if we get this to work. It was not responding to my commands earlier, but I can hear it actually in my headset now, so maybe I had to do some sort of reset. Trying to get this figured out here ASAP. Oh my goodness. Always something with the technical stuff. This is rough. Oh, I'm hearing the music very loud, which you can't hear at all, so it's even more of a challenge. I wonder if I have it pulled up for me to interact with it. So we'll show you that little blank box there. So I've had this activated to actually get this to do what I want it to do. So we'll get there with this if it'll let me get the commands in. You never know for sure with the equipment. And you never know for sure with technology. Let's see how this works. Exclamation point play to get in for the first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. Stand by, please. Okay, so you were able to hear the background music. That's interesting. What's not so good is that this isn't letting people in again, is it? I've got to connect. Okay, this is just, Let's bring this other screen up here for a second. Let's take this down. We'll get there. I'm just going to get it reconnected. It'll take a moment. It'll be worth it. Okay, now it's not going to be worth it if I can't interact with this. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Can I pull this up where the slate's going to hide it? So I can see it to interact with it, but it won't show up on screen. Indeed, I can. Okay. Always something with this, but we'll get through it. Connect. Select mode, normal. Well, that'll let me do. Reset. Right, enter my name again. We're going to get this to work one way or another, at least I hope so. It's NashvilleLou Live, it's Twitchy Tides, it's Tides Tuesday. Now the keyboard's not wanting to cooperate. Oh. We're going to get there. If I have to use it on the other computer or do it that way, I will. I'm determined to make this work. But man, this is not easy. That's the technical sides. Oh, come on. Reset. Let's do another reset here, and we'll try getting this connected. It's NashvilleLou Live. It's Twitchy Tides. It's Tides Tuesday. And I just had to get this word to let me in. Connect. Do it. Let me connect. Log in. Maybe the login's the word I needed. Let's see. Click here if your browser's not redirect you. Well, I'm not in a browser. I'm in a browser source at OBS Studio. Just hoping this will work. Well, I can hear it again. It's NashvilleLou Live. It says the command was set to play, so that's a good sign, at least initially. It's like time stands still, and yet I feel like every second is just forever and a day to get this to work the right way. Okay, so I'm going to edit the properties here to add a question mark, edit them again to take the question mark away. Now I'm going to go to interact and see if it'll actually let me interact. Will it? It looks like it might. Show me the box, which it wasn't before. We're going to get this to work one way or another. It's Tides Tuesday. There'd be an uproar if the fans didn't have their Twitchy Tides. All right, let's see if this will do the trick. Let's try it now. Exclamation mark play. That's more than 10 minutes since the lobby opened. Been a stubborn bouncer. Exclamation play. Let's see if this will let me in. It let me in, so it should let you in as well. Told you we'd get there eventually with this, and here we are. Greetings and welcome. It's NashvilleLou Live with Twitchy Tides. It's Tides Tuesday. We're going to have a raid here soon from MJ Owns You. But if we have enough people in for an early game, we'll get a quick one in. We got it where it's connected. That in itself was a plus. So we got 4 people in right now. If we get to 10, We'll get a quick early game. If not, we'll get that raid soon here from MJ Owns You. Later this hour, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Your chance to win's coming up. This first game, the prize is a Forsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And those items from the NashvilleLou collection, they're nice promotional items, artwork and all, but you can use them in that bouncy block that I have linked. I've pinned in chat the link to it. NashvilleLou.com/contest. It'll take you right to that bounty block, and that runs through the end of Wednesday next week. So still a bit of time, but if you haven't taken a look at it yet, it's worth a look. If you follow people at all for Twitchy Tides, you probably follow a lot of the people on that list. There will be several prizes, but the grand prize includes Nessie Storm Scale Mint number 69. Greetings and welcome, everybody. It's NashvilleLou Live. We'll get to this first game. We finally got it connected. They've been doing so much with Twitchy Tides to keep making this game better. Pop Paragon, one improvement after another. And sometimes with improvements, you have to get things synced back up. And so we had that. You were there when I was doing that countdown there, Funkin' Crypto. I mean, I've faced some high-pressure situations with that clock ticking down in my years in broadcasting, especially the TV news. Sports is a little bit different. I mean, there's certainly time, but it's... when you're dealing with breaking news, you're starting top of the hour. I've seen more difficult situations, yet when you're live, you're vulnerable. We got it to work, and that's the important thing. We got 9 in. One more, we got a quick one. I got 10. All right. Take the overlay down. My win prize goes to second place, the Forsaken camo card, an item from the NashvilleLou collection. This first game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Right away, had Big Worm of the Hook taking out Misty Rios. The last time I had Twitchy Tides here with that AEW Fight Forever modded broadcast a couple nights ago, I had to adjust things with the enemies. They were killing too fast, too furious. Couldn't keep track of it all. Wasn't good for my broadcasting style. I may adjust some things with the speed. I think the shark got slowed down a bit. Most of the enemies are capped, though, at 2 kills per crossing. It's 3 for the cannonball. Just Tony is out and we're down to 8. I'll be with you until 1 a.m. Eastern. Cannonball. That cannonball takes out Funkin' Crypto, Chucky, and Autumn's Toys. We're down to 5. I'm with you till 1 a.m., and then we'll do a raid at that point over to Cartman Bra. Tides Tuesday. It's going to go well into Wednesday as Debo the Shark takes out Cesaro NLV. We're down to 4. It's Bonnie T, Nadu 6, Zach Bonifer, and me, NashvilleLou. And there's the raid from MJ Owns You. Thank you, MJ. Greetings and welcome, everybody. Happy Tides Tuesday. NashvilleLou Live. We're down to 4. This quick opening game of the broadcast of Tides Tuesday. There's a shout out for MJ Owns You. If for some reason you don't follow MJ Owns You, do so immediately. There's the hook from Big Worm. It's going to take out Nadu 6, take out my Soul the Catfish, and we're down to the final 2. Bonnie T, Zach Bonifer. Pink Felicia. That was a well-timed move there by Bonnie T with that flare command. Avoided what probably would have been an end-of-the-game collision right there. Instead, the battle goes on. It's a cannonball. It takes out Zach Bonifer. It just barely missed Fonny T. And Fonny T gets the victory here in this first game of the broadcast. A fun little opener right there. You need at least 10 players for a game to count in Twitchy Tides. We had that. So top 10 finishes for everybody. That's nice. All the way up to number 1, your winner, Fonny T. All right, back open now. For the next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation point play in chat. It's Tides Tuesday. Love Tides Tuesday. So much fun. And I'll keep the tank up in a smaller box here for a moment. I'll show you how I've got to pull it back up. I had to hide it because I was working on it during the countdown show. There we go. I want to show that Tides Tuesday streamer lineup. Started with NFT Dealer 1 at 5 a.m. Eastern. To the online end, to Twitchy Tides TV, to Las Vegas Ape. He's the guy that organizes this stuff. Does a great job with it. Welsh NFT. Kid A back in the mix again. 2 weeks in a row. Glad to have her in here with Tides Tuesday. And, of course, MJ owns you, a great lead-in. You got me right now. Cartman Bras awaiting at 1 a.m. Eastern. And it's not going to be done at that point. It goes on to Tricky Creates, to Las Vegas Ape, and then I imagine they'll raid into Consumer Break. Get Breakman. Check out his show. It's a fan favorite among the world of wax gaming and the wax community. 19 players in for this first Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. It's really something how the demand remains strong. It has remained strong for Twitchy Tides. It's fun to play. It's easy to stream. Unpredictable things happen. You can customize and adjust it the way you want to as a streamer. There's motivation for people to play because of the daily treasures that you can get. And the Twitch streams are just part of that. There's also the Battle Bowls, along with staking. So there's a few different elements. TwitchyTides.io is the website. And it's going to have the information for you, including links on if you don't know what a wax wallet is and you want to get one. They can help fill you in over there. And particularly, they got a link to the Twitchy Tides Discord, where a lot of very valuable information is. A lot of helpful people are. Got 28 players in for this next game. Cartman Bry, what's up? Greetings and welcome, everybody. All right, got 29 now. Let's take this overlay down. I'll join as well with !play in chat. And I'll use the Buster Beaver in the 3 spot for my Twitchy team. Remember, you can designate 5 different fish, numbers 1 through 5, and you can switch them up. But it makes it very easy to pick the fish you want and to have some variety to it without having to log into the game every time to do it. Particularly as a streamer, I appreciate having that option. So we got 34 players in. If you want in and you're not in yet, last chance here with !play in chat. Winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection that you can use in that bounty block. I had it pinned before during that countdown show, so I'll do it again just to be on the safe side. There we go. I think it's beneficial to make sure, because there are a lot of people that are regulars here, but there are new people that watch for the first time every week here. So always, and just like with sports broadcasting, you got people that know a sport to an expert level that are listening, and you've got people that don't know the sport at all, but like their niece or nephew or loved one, some sort, is playing in this particular game that you're calling. And you've got to make it make sense to everybody without insulting anyone's intelligence. It's going to be a difficult path to maneuver at times. Let me go through this list of participants. We've got 39 in here, my goodness. Packing it in for Tides Tuesday. My #1 show here on Twitch. It's a beloved show. And Tides Tuesday goes well beyond me. Let's go through this list of players. Got DeBoer JS, Kiyoshi Nobu, BG Dub, Funkin' Crypto, Fonny T, Jess Tony, Aegis 2017, Autumn's Toys, Parmenius, Chucky, Cabinarna, Walk the Grid, Bo Reddington, Funko Lover, Boca Twitcher, Hussein Muhammad, Parrots, Random King, Cesaro NLV, Asteroid Eater, Las Vegas Ape in the house. Hey, Vegas. MJ owns you. Just did that raid moments ago. Man C, Zach Bonifer, Dragon Rider, Ajib, Cartman Bra, Hellacious Z, Hagwinch, Jakey Joe, me, NashvilleLou with the Buster Beaver, Poppin' Stock, Misty, I-420 Spit, Notorious Ninja, Loire, CTR Heels Fan, Nadu6, Crawling Moon, Wax Tails, and Oga is in. They give us 41 players. If I happen to win, prize goes to second place. And this second Twitchy Tides game of this Tides Tuesday broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. We start with 41 and right away, a depth charge has us down to 39. You've got just a wide variety of fish in the mix. A rainstorm coming in. A little wind and weather. Big worm of the hook. Popping stocks out. I'm out. We're down to 32. That beaver building a dam in the corner. It's kind of inconvenient spot for my overlay. Bump that out of the way where Oga sets up shop. Down to 28 players here in this Twitchy Tides game. And here comes Debo the Shark. Ground level. Chomping away. Carbon Braw's out. Dragon Rider. I've also gotten BGW. It's supposed to be set at a maximum of 2 kills. I might still need to go through and tweak some of the settings. Though I'll save that for later. Pretty close to what I want. Sometimes you can accidentally find out that the default is maybe the better way. Okay, this is nuts. This is like a super unlimited here. This is Debo just chomping away. Hey, I'm going to take your rules, just ignore them, pal. So we started with 41. We're down to 11. That cannonball just tear and throw. Pink Felicia up top. There goes Chucky. Gonna zap Zach Bonifer and Hussein Muhammad before being taken out. But the damage done. We're down to 8. Another thunderstorm. Playing Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge. There goes Autumn's Toys. We're down to 7. I'll be back again Tuesday and next week. Tentative 10 p.m. Eastern start time like usual here with Tides Tuesday. Big worm in that hook in the corner. They should be able to avoid it at this point. But not there as Funkin' Crypto gets taken out along with Hagwinch on the way out. We're down to 5. Later this hour, we'll be giving away a Series 4.1 pack as the Hook takes out Nadu 6 and Devore JS. We're down to the final 3. Cabanarna, Funko Lover, and Kiyoshi Nobu, the final 3. Soul the Cat, thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. We're down to the final 2, Cabanarna and Kiyoshi Nobu. A shout out for Soul the Cat. Highly recommended follow. Kiyoshi Nobu was in a spot there frozen above that hook, and normally that's a dangerous spot because if somebody hits the worm, that hook can take you out. But in the final 2, it doesn't matter if your opponent hits the hook. That's the game. Didn't happen, and Big Worm's Night finally did give up there. I was going to say, being persistent in that placement there was Kiyoshi Nobu and Cabanarna, the last 2. And you can see that depth charge. It gets taken out. Now it's Debo the Shark. Ground level left to right. It's going to miss both players. A protracted battle here at the end for as quickly as we got down to the last few. Cannonball misses both remaining players. It's Cabanarna and Kiyoshi Nobu, the last 2. Now Pink Felicia up top's going to take out Kiyoshi Nobu. That's the game, so congratulations. Cabanarna victorious here in this second game of the broadcast. All right. So for Zach Bonifer on up, a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1 and your winner, Cabanarna, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation point play in chat. This may look a little strange with the overlay. I do need to look at the settings real fast. It should let you continue to enter. This max kill no limit. That's a rib. Somebody's pulling a rib on me here. I set this a certain way, and then, well, you get to see me change it with an overlay on top of it. But all right, there we go. Closer to what we had. So we got 14 people in already for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you want to join the list, if my voice can hold up, just type exclamation mark play in chat. So this Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'll be calling my first NCAA men's lacrosse broadcast of the 2025 season. SwaneeTigers.com is going to have that. It's so much fun calling men's lacrosse over at Swanee, going back to the 2022 postseason, last 2 full seasons, and now the 2025 campaign. I have so much fun calling those. That's this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, over on SwaneeTigers.com. Got 22 people in. For this next Twitchy Tides game, you can join with !play in chat. So between now and 1 a.m. Eastern, when we do a raid over to Cartman Bra, I'll have in total 4 Series 4.1 Twitchy Tides packs to give away. The first of those we'll give away later on here in the hour. Hello, hello, Coloring Jake. Greetings and welcome, everybody. It's NashvilleLou Live. My #1 show here on Twitch, Tides Tuesday. It's an all-day event. Really appreciate the 3-hour block that I have as part of it. And I was talking about the men's lacrosse season. There's only one broadcast that's going to be a conflict for me. It's not until April. April Fool's Day of all days. They've got a non-conference game late in the season. And I might be able to make it back for like an hour or two. But I know how I typically am after a sports broadcast. A couple hours of yelling. And there's a lot to call when it comes to men's lacrosse. It's going to be fast action. Man, it's fun. All right, 29 players. I'll get in to give us 30. I'll take the overlay down. So if you want in and you're not in yet, you should do so right now. !play in chat. Asking the giveaway wallet. It's Fulfillments with an S on the end. That's the giveaway wallet. And that's where I send out the bulk of my prizes from here on NashvilleLou Live. Those will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. We got 31 players to actually get in. No, I didn't. Do that now. I'll use the Lulu fish. I'm a big fan of Lulu's. I've been adopted as my unofficial mascot here on NashvilleLou Live. His name is similar to mine. It's got a cool sounding command with Dream. We'll see it in action here in a moment. But first, let me go through this list of participants. We've got Jess Tony, Kiyoshi Nobu, Hussein Muhammad, Funkin' Crypto, Walk the Grid, Dragon Rider, Cabinarna, Bonnie T, Random King, Billy XBT, Crawling Moon, Misty Rios, Oga, Funko Lover, Nadu 6, Sumerian B. Well, thank you, Oga. I'll give that a look here during the next break. See if I can get that pulled up here on stream. I normally don't pull stuff up on stream, but I'll see if I can do that as far as stuff with like opening packs. Really appreciate it. We'll see what happens live on stream later on in the broadcast. Let's do that. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Let's see. We're going through the list here. We got Oga. We're just talking to Oga here in chat. We got Funko Lover, Nadu 6, Sumerian B, MJ Owns You, Carbon Bra, Pomp and Stock, Too High, Autumn's Toys, Loire, Mocha Twitcher, Farmenius, Bo Reddington, CTR Heels Fan, Parrot 314, Coloring Jake, me, NashvilleLou with the Lulu Fish. Oh, you sent some as well, Coloring Jake. Thank you. Really appreciate it. DeBoer JS, Notorious Ninja, Zach Bonifer, Cesaro NLV, Ajib, and Misty. That's 35 players. So if I win the prize, that War-Seeking camo card, an item from the NashvilleLou collection, I'll go to the second place winner if I happen to get the victory. Man, C is in. So is Soul the Cat. Hey there, Cat. We got 37 players in for this next game. If I win, the prize goes to second place. Game number 3 of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday. I love Tides Tuesday. So happy to have you all with me here on NashvilleLou Live. We got a Baby Shark party. Now keep in mind with the music, I have that muted. I have my own music in here because the copyright monsters. They can't be reasoned with. So there can be some fun music and games at times, but I'm very cautious. I'm very sus when it comes to any sort of music where I don't know for sure I've got the clearance on it, because I'm going to deal too much with the copyright monsters. So that's the long explanation for that. At least we still get the disco ball and the sparklers when that command is used. Up in that top left corner, there was a depth charge set, but it got taken out. The fish are fighting back here against the enemies. They're fed up. Got the echo there, Zach Bonner from NashvilleLou. I got the Lulu, and I'm Lou, so it works out. Down to 31. The hook from Big Worm takes out Misty, Rios, and Funko Lover. Now it's Debo the Shark, going right to left, chomping away, taking out Cartman Bra and Nadu 6. We're down to 27. Part of the reason I cap it the way I do is because it's just too tough for me to keep track of it. The Jeep gets taken out there. We're down to 26. Stormcaller command. Making it rain. The hook from Big Worm and Mocha Twitcher's out. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. That hook from Big Worm takes out Sumerian B and Soul the Cat. We're down to 23. For later this hour, we'll be giving away a Series 4.1 pack. My Lulu fish got taken out. Big Worm of the hook, we're down to 22. In total, we'll have 4 of those Series 4.1 packs to give out during the course of the broadcast. Jess, Tony, and Pop and Stock eliminated. Chomped away there by Debo the Shark. Ground level. Depth Charge takes out Funkin' Crypto and also gets Oga. A little chain reaction effect. So more than half the field is out. We're down to 18. Depth Charge takes out Cesaro along with Billy XBT. Down to 16. On the lookout for Pink Felicia. Got a lot of commands going on. These fish are not going to go down without a fight. Cannonball. Cannonball comes plowing through. Notorious Ninja, Misty, and Loire. All eliminated. We're down to 12. Pink Felicia zaps Forminius and Too High. We're down to 10, so a top 10 finish for the remaining players, but who's going to be the winner? The hook from Big Worm. Walk the Grid and Crawling Moon both eliminated. We're down to 8. I think that Snowstorm command managed to keep that cannonball away, at least for a little while. Gave me the top 10, yeah. Top 10 finishes add up. Finally loaded up a cannonball and has somehow missed all 8 remaining players. It's Tides Tuesday. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth Charge takes out Hussein. We're down to 7. Pink Felicia. Pink Felicia going right to left down Broadway. Zaps Zach Bonifer and Dragon Rider. We're down to 5. Big Worm of the hook, hiding there in the coral. MJ makes it past just barely, but it's going to take out CTR Heels fan. We're down to the final 4. MJ owns you. Autumn's Toys, Fonnie T, DeBoer JS, the final 4. And up top, it's Debo the Shark. But MJ with that toxic command. Took out Debo, at least for a little while. The enemies do return. There's a cannonball. Took out MJ and Fawny T. I would have had Autumn's toys, if not for that super spin. Good timing on that. And the battle continues. DeBoer JS and Autumn's toys. Autumn's toys got taken out by Big Worm out of nowhere. And that's the game. So congratulations, DeBoer JS. Victorious here in this third game of the broadcast. So for Walk the Grid on up, a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1 and your winner, DeBoer JS. And just like that, back open for our next game of Twitchy Tides. Exclamation mark play. We'll get you in. While the players get filed in, I'll show that Tides Tuesday lineup again. I'll be with you until 1 a.m. Eastern. It's about 2.5 more hours. From there, Carmen Bra, got a 5-hour overnight U.S. shift. But there are people around the world that love Twitchy Tides and will watch it and play it around the clock. From there to Tricky Creates. It's also got a 5-hour time window up there, and then Las Vegas Ape to then raid into Consumer Break and Breakman Show. As I understand the plan to be. Already 16 people and not even open a minute. You can get in as well with exclamation mark play in chat. Spent a lot of time reading today about NFL draft related news stories and opinion pieces and scouting reports. Doing a lot of work with my new NFL Draft Profiles.com website. Been doing an NFL mock draft since 2003. I still own the domain DraftKing.com, but in the midst of a bit of a transition, looking to sell that. It used to be when people would look up DraftKing, they would find my mock draft. That doesn't happen anymore. So, look, situation calls for it. You have to adjust. Luckily, if you look up NFL Draft Profiles, you usually find me pretty quick. So, not bad for a site that launched a month ago. We got 25 people in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Okay, I see this. I got the pack that you sent, Oga. Thank you for that. Also, I see what you sent over. Coloring Jake. Thank you very much. And I'm typically not set up to open packs on stream, but I'll see if I can do this as a one-off later on. We got 3 hours, so I can get it figured out. But again, I don't want to shortchange what we're doing here with Twitchy Tides for me to get caught in the technical stuff. Rye1862, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Greetings and welcome. It's NashvilleLou Live. Earlier today, I passed the 1,100 follower mark here on Twitch, so I was really happy about that. Continue to grow here, this channel. I've had this for a long time, but it was for the longest time a very niche, very small thing, and then when Web3 gaming became more popular, it picked up, but I tell you, Twitchy Tides has really taken it to the next level for me. We got 29 people in. Let's take the overlay down. I'll join as well. We got 30, soon to be 31. So if you're not in yet, you want in, you should get in now with exclamation point play in chat. Let me read through this list of participants, and we'll get to this next game. The winner. The prize is a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And you can use that item in that bounty block that is pinned in chat. That link, NashvilleLou.com/contest. I'll get you to it. You have any NashvilleLou, anything from the NashvilleLou collection, particularly promotional items, you can burn those within that bounty block, and it gives you extra points towards the chance for you to win. Potentially end up with that grand prize. Nessie Storm Scale Mint number 69. All right, 33 players. Let me read through this list, and we'll get to this next game of Twitchy Ties. We got Farmenius, DeBoer JS, Funkin' Crypto, Hussein Muhammad, Kevin Arna, Kiyoshi Nobu, Jakey Joe, Nadu 6, Man C, OG Daddy, Poppin' Stock, Autumn's Toys, Misty Rios, Ajib, Zach Bonifer, Bo Reddington, Boca Twitcher, Random King, Loire, Notorious Ninja, MJ Owns You, Walk the Grid, Carbon Bra, Ivanov 007, Oga, Misty, Asteroid Eater, CMC Ski, hello, Bonnie T, me, NashvilleLou with that rainbow soul the catfish, Funko Lover, Rye186, Crawling Moon, Viper Czar, Dragon Rider, Parrot, and Kite Meow is in to give us 37. Watched most of Kite's show earlier. Really happy to have her in the mix with Tides Tuesday. Every streamer with Twitchy Tides and Tides Tuesday has their own unique approach and spin on it. What I think in part is part of the appeal of it. You can make this game your own. Speed it up, slow it down, do as you will. So 37 players. If I win, the prize goes to second place. And this next game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. We begin with 37. Painful Aisha zaps Funkin' Crypto and zaps My Soul the Catfish. That didn't last long. Down to 35. It's easy to get drawn into the visual because it's so compelling. The artwork in this game. Death Charge takes out Hussein and MJ. We're down to 33. Just a wide variety of fish and other aquatic life. You have different artists involved, and yet it all looks like it belongs and it fits in the same group. That Cannonball, my goodness, came plowing through. Dragon Rider, Rye, Jakey, and Parrot are all out. We're down to 29. Viper and Kite get taken out by a Depth Charge, and we're down to 27. The Hook. The Hook from Big Worm takes out CMC Ski, along with Misty, and we're down to 25. Cannonball. Cannonball. I thought I had that thing capped at 3. I'll take a look at the settings later, but OG Daddy, Loire, Asteroid Eater, and Boca Twitch are all out. And we're down to 21. Big Worm with a Hook. There goes Crawling Moon. We're down to 20. Part of the trick, and there's the Hook from Big Worm taking out Zach Bonifer. We're down to 19. Got the season opener for Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse on Saturday, but it's the first game of the season, so for their opponent, finding out the team name pronunciations for the different players. I'm able to pull up other broadcasts to find out information that can help out. Early on, you're just doing your best to get the names right as much as possible and make sure you're ready. Trying to be rusty. Depth Charge. Ajib and Poppin' Stock both taken out. We began with 37. We're down to 17. Depth Charge. Farmenius and Kiyoshi Nobu. Both out. We're down to 15. Remember, later this hour, we'll be giving away Series 4.1 Twitchy Tides pack is Nadu 6 and Cabanarna taken out by a Depth Charge, down to 13. Pink Felicia. DeBoer JS and Walk the Grid are out, and we're down to 11. The Hook from Big Worm. Bonnie T is out. We're down to 10. So a top 10 finish for the remaining players, but who's going to be the winner? Debo. It's Debo the Shark. Ground level, chomping away, taking out Misty Rios, along with Autumn's Toys. We're down to 8. Depth Charge. There goes Man C. We're down to 7. Bo Reddington with that Lambo, making it rain. Depth Charge takes out Notorious Ninja, and we're down to 6. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. It's Tides Tuesday, my #1 show here on Twitch. People love Twitchy Tides. Debo the Shark takes out Oga, takes out Funko Lover. We're down to 4. Carmen Bra, Ivanov 007, Bo Reddington, and Random King, the last 4. Up top, it's Pink Felicia. Going right to left. Felicia zaps Random King. We're down to 3. Bo Reddington making it rain. Underwater, along with Carmen Bra and Ivanov 007, the last 3. So a clownfish and a pair of Lambos in there. And a shark, Debo the Shark, taking out Bo Reddington, taking out Ivanov to ask the game. So congratulations, Carmen Bra gets the victory here in this 3rd game of the broadcast. All right. Well, congratulations on the victory, Carmen Bra. Hard fight for Misty Rios on up, a top 10 finish. All the way up to #1, and your winner, Carmen Bra, 2-1. All right, back open for the next Twitchy Tides game. I take 1 break per hour here on NashvilleLou Live. I'm going to take it now. On the other side of this break, we'll be giving away the first of those Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 packs of the broadcast. Oh, this didn't have the thing turned on, does it? Do all this trouble with the count-up box, and I don't have it up here. Now we do. I forgot I turned it off for this part with the other game I simmed the other day. All right, so we're going to be back with it here in a few minutes with Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. The winner of this next game gets that Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 pack. Back in just a few minutes. It's Tides Tuesday. It's NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. Back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. It's Tides Tuesday. This game is Twitchy Tides. I've asked nicely, and the IGDB has ignored me, my request to have Twitchy Tides added as a game category here on Twitch. When we're having 80, 90, 100 people watching this around the clock on Tides Tuesday, but I can't make the move any faster. Me trying to force the issue is not going to help things any. So for now, strategy games is the listing. But I don't care what the listing is. Twitchy Tides is the phenomenon. We got 31 people in. I'll join as well with !play in chat, and I'll use the Oga Beaver. I was trying to figure out during the break how I could pull up, because I've got my fulfillments wallet, but that's an Anchor wallet. I don't even know how to log in on that in the other computer without really doing something complicated. So it's tough for me on the fly to do stuff technically. So when people I love that people bring stuff to me of ideas, but it's tough when they spring it on me on the air. We go, gets to the difference. What's the big deal? You're going to show, but I don't. The TV producer in me hates the idea of a web browser on screen. It just feels like amateur hour. When other people do it, it's fine. It's how they want to do it. But I'm the TV guy, right? So see if we can get it figured out. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to open it and I'll just show you. But one way or another, we'll get it figured out. I appreciate it. Many thanks to Oga. Give me that pack to open. Coloring Jake as well. Really appreciate it. Let's go through this list of players for this next game. Speaking of things I appreciate that be given away, this Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Many thanks to Pop Paragon, who personally gave me these packs to give away here on stream. I take it very seriously when people give me things to give away. So I want to make sure I get the most out of them. All right, so let's go through this list of players. BG, I wanted to show just the opening, because I can open the pack and then pull it up, and then it's like, you lose the anticipation that way. All right. If I could get logged in on this other computer, it'd be easy. I could do it as a browser source, but I'm trying to do it live on the air on OBS Studio on top of entertaining everybody. So you see, it can get difficult. Those are the challenges. I've been doing live broadcasts a long time, so we'll make it work. Let's go to this list of players. We got Rye186, Mocha Twitcher, Random King, Walk the Grid, Yoshinobu, Caminarda, Funkin' Crypto, Luar, Dragon Rider, Zach Bonifer, Notorious Ninja, DeBoer.js, Dr. Doom, hello, Las Vegas Ape, Autumn's Toys, Aegis 2017, Too High, Jamie Penguins, Funko Lover, Viper Czar, BG Dub, Asteroid Eater, Cartman Bra. We'll be raiding over to Cartman a little more than 2 hours from now. Misty, Bo Reddington, Poppinstock, Lynn PH, hello Lynn, Hussein Muhammad, Ivanov 007, Jakey Joe, Soul the Cat, CMC Ski, Kite Meow, Coloring Jake, and Oga. Did I not get in? Too busy talking about web browsers and broadcast. I didn't hit the enter button. I entered !play and the number 3 for the Oga Beavers talking about it, and then didn't actually hit chat, the button. OBS Studios interface, and that's on me for not navigating it better. We got 38 people, 38. We might get 38 by the time we're ready for. We got 36 in for this next game. For the win or the prize is a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. You can use those promotional items from the NashvilleLou collection and that bounty block that's pinned in chat. Give you a better chance to win, potentially get that grand prize, that Nessie Storm Scale Mint number 69. 36 players here for this game. If I happen to win, prize goes to second place. Misty Rios is in to give us 37 players. And this 5th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Begin with 37. Cannonball. I'm going to take a look at these settings here after this. Jamie Penguins, Kyoshinobu, Poppinstock, and Too High all taken out. Supposed to have caps on these things. That first game went really fast, not just because we only had 10 people, but because the settings got changed a bit. Well, look, they're constantly improving things with Twitchy Tides. It's a good thing. Asteroid Eater and Ogre are out, down to 29. Big Worm striking quickly. And I love that you can set it and tweak it with Twitchy Tides to fit what you wanted as a streamer. As Dr. Doom and CMC get taken out there by Debo the Shark, we're down to 27. I want it to be slow enough where I can call it, but not so slow that it's boring. I think we've had a pretty good effort at finding that. Big Worm with a hook takes out Random King and Ivanov 007. We're down to 25. Because remember, I go back and watch all of my broadcasts back. I don't care if it was a 7-hour broadcast. I'm listening to that entire 7-hour thing. So if I get bored with that, that's usually an indication. That doesn't happen with this. And look, the numbers speak for themselves. People seek out Twitchy Tides. They love Twitchy Tides. That hook from Big Worm takes out Zach Bonifer and Lynn. We're down to 22. Just because I do it sports style doesn't mean other people have to do it that way. If you're tighter on time, you can do it faster. If you want it to be a real slow game, you can make it that way. You have latitude, which is wonderful. So Big Worm with the hook took out Lynn, took out Viper. We're down to 21. And there's a pack on the line for the winner of this game. Misty Rios is out along with Las Vegas Ape. Victim of those sharp teeth of Debo. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live with Twitchy Tides. What team do I announce for the Swanee Tigers? Men's lacrosse. It's NCAA, their Division III school. I love it. It's so beautiful up there. It's more eastern part of Tennessee. The hook from Big Worm. Mocha Twitcher is out. DeBoer JS down to 16. Thank you. I appreciate that. BG Dub. I called it was like, I didn't actually publish it. It was like just for the parents, basically a scrimmage they had in the fall. Cannonball takes out Cartman Bra, Funko Lover, and Misty down to 13. But I'm going to, next few days, do a bit of brushing up. Try my best to get the names and numbers in my head. It's tough because you can't, if you're looking at your roster to look for a name and a number, you might pass the ball a couple times in the course of that. You have to get those names and numbers in your mind and try to forget the names and numbers that don't match from the previous year. Sometimes they switch it up. Oh, you wore number 77 last year. You're not this year. Debo the Shark takes out Cabanarna, takes out Coloring Jake. We're down to 9. So it's a top 10 finish for the remaining players. Pink Felicia zaps Jakey Joe along with Autumn's Toys. Down to 7. Needs to be burned into your brain. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. And that's also like, but also with the other team. A team out of North Carolina, they'll be playing a Methodist, I believe it is. BG Dub chomped there by Debo. We're down to 6. And it's Debo taking out my Buster Beaver. Also getting Loire and that turtle. We're down to the final 4. It's Funkin' Crypto, Rye186, Kitty Meow, and Bo Reddington. One of these 4 are about to win a Series 4.1 pack. Bo Reddington with that Lambo command, about to make it rain underwater as Pink Felicia comes through. Gonna zap Funkin' Crypto along with Rye186. Down to the final 2. It's Kitty Meow and Bo Reddington, the last 2. Yeah, SwaneeTigers.com is the website that has where they have the web streams. Probably Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. They're calling Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse. So it's Kitty and Bo Reddington and a depth charge. It's going to take out Kitty, and that's the game. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. You win the Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack, along with the item from the NashvilleLou collection, along with the first place finish. Those help in the battle for those daily treasures. Another fun thing they've added. The Twitchy Tides. So for Coloring Jake on up, a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1. Your winner is Bo Reddington. It's so tough to get those jobs. You mentioned Joe Buck. It's back open for the next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation point play in chat. Mike Keith was the play-by-play voice for the Tennessee Titans from the time they moved here back in the late 90s until this past, like he just now is leaving the Titans to call college football for a University of Tennessee Volunteers. They've had one person in that job. I mean, and that's what you're talking about, almost 30 years, one person has that job. Because there's so many great people out there that would love to have it. There's competition, it's tough. I have a really tough time with motion sickness, which has limited me somewhat as far as my career has gone. And it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. Luckily, there's technology now where I can stream to the world from my home. And you got great games like Twitchy Tides that draw people in. So again, for this next game, it's exclamation mark play in chat. We'll be giving away another Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack in our next hour. We'll give away 2 in our final hour. We're taking this all the way to 1 a.m. Eastern. I'll show the slates. We're about to hit top of the hour anyway. A quick reset. You'll still see the small box in the corner with a fish. This is NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. The game is Twitchy Tides. It's Tides Tuesday, which is an all-day event. It started at 5 a.m. Eastern. It's going to keep going beyond my shift when I and the rest of us, we're all going to do that raid at 1 a.m. over to Cartman Brawl, 1 a.m. Eastern. Cartman Brawl's got a 5-hour slate, then 5 hours for Tricky Creates. Las Vegas Ape, who does a phenomenal job of organizing this. He's got the last 2 hours, and then I presume a raid over to Consumer Break and Breakman. That weekly show he's got on Wednesdays. Draws a big crowd. He's got plenty of Twitchy Tides as well. You talk about some big games. When you got 100 deep with Breakman, like, man. That's an accomplishment if you pull one of those off. But it's also a different pacing. So it's interesting to see the approaches taken. Because the way you want to have it go when you've got 10 or 12 players in the game is different than when you've got 80, 85. But the fun factor is tremendous. I love that anybody can play a given game of Twitchy Tides, even if you don't have a Wax wallet, if you don't want one, you don't care about Web3, you don't want any of that. But maybe you know who I am. Maybe you saw my post on Facebook. I don't post much at all on Facebook. But for Tides Tuesday, I've started to spread the word there. And so you never know who might be listening, which is a good thing. The more people that learn about Twitchy Tides, the better. But if somebody wants to play just for fun as a one-off, they just type !play in chat, hit enter. As I demonstrated earlier, you do have to hit the enter key for it to go through. And then the game will assign you a fish that you can play for fun. It's quite nice. And I think it's important because you don't want people to feel left out. It's part of the appeal of Twitchy Tides is that the audience gets to participate. And not just in some sort of passive way, but you got to literally, like a horse in the race, you got a fish in the fight. So 19 players. I'll take this overlay down. I'll join as well with !play. We hit 11 p.m. Eastern. Another 2 hours to go here for the time just flies by for me. With in general it's streaming, but particularly on Tides Tuesday. I'll use Flow. Flow is a Series 4 rare fish. I like using Flow. Flow has the bubble command. Maybe a little barrier. Talking about those Series 4.1 packs, Flow is one of the fish you might be able to pull out if you're lucky. You never know what you're going to pull out of one of those packs. All right, 23 players. Let's go through this list of participants. If you're not in yet, you want in. Get in right now. !play for the winner. The prize is a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. You can use that in the bounty block. The link to that pinned in chat. Give you a better chance of potentially getting one of the prizes. It's got 5 different prize packages, including for the winner. Nessie Storm Scale Mint number 69. And it's NashvilleLou.com/contest. Takes you right to that bounty block, man. Nice and easy. All right, so 25 players in. Let's go through this list of players, and we'll get to the next game. We've got Rye186, Lynn PH, Tabor JS, Coloring Jake, 15 Gracious, Cabinarna, Kiyoshi Nobu, Walk the Grid, Bunkin Crypto, Funko Lover, Kyung Wei, Misty0121, Zach Bonifer, Ivanov 007, Parrot 314, Deathlord, Brazen Blake, Too High, Random King, Misty Rios, Boca Twitcher, me, NashvilleLou, Autumn's Toys, Las Vegas Ape, Pop and Stock, and Loire. So we've got 26 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. If I win, the prize goes to second place. Kite is in. Kite Meow gives us 27 players. Had a lot of fun watching Kite stream earlier. Really happy having her as part of Tides Tuesday. Billy XBT is in. So 28 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. And the 6th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live on Tides Tuesday. It's a cannonball. Boca Twitcher, 15 Gracious, Walk the Grid, and Rye 186 all taken out. I really have to check the settings after this game. See if things might have not have been set the way I wanted them to. In the meantime, a Baby Shark party. We got a disco ball. We got some fireworks. No music, but you gotta understand the copyright monsters. Trying to deal with them is... it's just easier not to deal with the copyright monsters. So I use my own music that I don't get the clearance for. Carl Casey at Wipeout Audio makes some fantastic music. And you can use it however you like for these live streams as long as you give credit. Say, okay, that works for me. Debo the Shark took out DeBoer.js, and then Zach Bonner for that vape ape threw a banana, putting an end to that. We're down to 21. Later this hour, we'll have another Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack to give away. You'll want to stick around, so we have 2 to give away in our final hour. Big Worm with a Hook takes out Random King, and we're down to 18. Also got that pack from Oga that I've got to figure out how to open. Because somehow, I really am determined how to do this. So Zach and Misty are out. Misty Rios, to be specific. Got a couple of Misties in here tonight. Down to 16. We got a cannonball. Man, that cannonball's juiced up. It took out Kyoshinobu and Kite and Autumn's Toys and Parrot. We're down to a dozen. Now another Baby Shark party. Were you asking a question there, Las Vegas Ape? I kind of like to have part of it there in chat. Sometimes I miss things in chat. We're down to 10. Loire and Cabanarna are out. Remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish. Big Worm with a Hook. Las Vegas Ape and Kyung Wei taken out. Thought we were going to have a grub explosion there, but it didn't happen. Down to 8. Oh, you're asking if you should do the grub explosion. Depth Charge takes out Funk and Crypto, and Death Lord, we're down to 6. That's one thing with live streaming. Sometimes my mouth moves a little bit faster than my brain works. I'm trying to process multiple things at once. So, oh, think about it, Lou, before you say it. So we're down to 6. Remember, if I win, that prize goes to second place, and I'm one of the 6 still in there. Join me back here next week, Tuesday, 10 p.m., episode 17 of Twitchy Tides, my #1 show here on Twitch. I have so much fun with this. Cannonball takes out Misty. We're down to 5. Not sure what stopped the cannonball at that point, but that was as far as I went. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Enemies are regrouping. Just when you get ready to probably, okay, maybe I should prompt the enemies. That's when, usually at least they'll relaunch. Maybe we finally hit, maybe that game reset, maybe I've got to do it here. I don't know. My finger on the E button. Well, I'd have to hit it. There's Big Worm. All right. Oh, you want us here, Lou? Fine. We'll take you out. So Pop and Stock gets hooked. I got hooked. We're down to 3. Brazen Blake, Funko Lover, and Billy XBT, the final 3. Cannonball. That cannonball got stopped. It's going to pick back up, though, and it still has... I wasn't going to say the other direction. No damage caused. I'm going to say that thing was still hot. At least for now, it's gone. In a downpour, it's Funko Lover, Brazen Blake, and Billy XBT, the final 3. We got Big Worm with a Hook. Can Billy get underneath the hook? Got underneath it, but got hooked. And we're down to the final 2. It's Brazen Blake and Funko Lover, the last 2. Now it's Debo the Shark. Barely missed Brazen Blake's, miss everybody. The battle continues. Funko Lover and Brazen Blake with a very similar vertical pattern. You never know what's going to happen in a given game of Twitchy Tides, and that's part of the appeal of this game. Lovetadon, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. And Tides Tuesday. We're down to the final 2. It's Funko Lover and Brazen Blake. Big Worm gave up. That fish hook doesn't work as well when the 2 remaining players have that kind of vertical bounce to them. Now it's Debo. Debo's creeping up top, and I think Debo's going to miss both players. Those sharp teeth. Got stopped in play, unless Debo gets flipped around, or something really unexpected happens here. Well, look at this. Debo got flipped around, but appears won't be a risk. The battle continues. Funko Lover and Brazen Blake. I don't know what to say to that, Funko Lover. The WTF question there. You never know what's going to happen. There's no rain delays in Twitchy Tides. Where's a big worms that hide on the right side or the left, or did they get bounced already? Simply don't know. It's entertaining. I find it entertaining. Again, going back and watching, like, I don't watch them over and over, but I'll go back and watch afterward. Go back and listen to your air checks. And they got drilled in my head as a young broadcaster. This big worm with a hook. It's going to get Funko Lover. And after a long battle, it's Brazen Blake getting the victory here in this 6th game of the broadcast. And it was a fight. You don't see that many final twos that go that long, but it did. Las Vegas ape on up. You got a top 10 finish. All the way to number 1, and your winner, Brazen Blake, victorious. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation mark play in chat. Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. To get into this next game with Twitchy Tides, just type exclamation point play in chat. Later this hour, we'll be giving away another Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 pack. Your chance to win's coming up. We'll have 2 more of those packs to give away in our 3rd hour of the broadcast tonight. / this morning / whatever time of day is where you are, because people around the world, about half of my audience, give or take, is international, particularly with Tides Tuesday. People around the world love this game, and Tides Tuesday is proof positive of that. This Saturday, it's a 1 p.m. Eastern Star Time over on SwannyTigers.com. My worlds collide sometimes. That's part of why I don't mind using my real name here, because I do that with my sports broadcasting anyway. There's the website, SwannyTigers.com. If you want to hear me call men's lacrosse, if you wonder what I sound like when I'm calling a real sport live, well, there's your opportunity. It's free. 16 players, and it's 2 minutes to open, 16 people in wanting to play. With exclamation mark play in chat. But the real challenge for me is not going to be this. It will be a challenge, being the first one of the season, but there's a tournament coming up next, not this upcoming weekend, but the following weekend in Nashville, over in West Nashville. Got a couple of days where I'll call, I'm not sure you have to be calling 4 or 6 of the games. They may have a second announcer in there. I called 6 last year. They may have. I've got to talk with a couple people on that. We'll get it figured out. I'll get some details when I call the game up at Swanee on Saturday. And I might have some more live streams here later this week. Don't want to cut it too close to that Saturday. Don't lose my voice on a long Friday doing a broadcast, and Saturday show up at Swanee. My voice going out in the first quarter would not go so well. All right, 18 players are in. This next game of Twitchy Tides. Let me take the overlay down. I'll join as well with exclamation mark play in chat with that Rainbow Soul the Catfish. That gives us 19 players. So if you want to join for this next game, go ahead and do so now with exclamation mark play in chat. I'll go through the list of participants. We've got Len PH, DeBoer JS, Funkin' Crypto, BG Dub, Bonnie T, Boca Twitcher, Raisin Blake, Coloring Jake, Autumn's Toys, Cartman Bra, Billy XBT. Trying to say the name probably. Levadidon with the Buster Beaver. Las Vegas Ape, Too High, T. Walter, hello, Cabinarna, Rye186, me, NashvilleLou with the Rainbow Soul, the Catfish, Kite Meow, Zach Bonifer, Kyung Wei, Loire 0013, Walk the Grid, and then in late we got Cesaro NLV, we got Sensei Bullrog in the house. Hey there, Sensei. We got 25 players. By win prize goes to second place. This 7th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Twitchy Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. For later this hour, as Pink Felicia zaps Kite and zaps May, we're down to 23. Later this hour, we'll be giving away another Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. And we'll have 2 more of those packs to give away in our 3rd hour. Before we do that raid over to Cartman Bra at 1 a.m. Eastern. Raisin Blake is out. We're down to 22. Debo the Shark working topside. Chomps away, takes out Autumn's Toys, takes out Walk the Grid, and we're down to 20. Depth Charge. DeBoer JS and Too High. Both taken out. We're down to 18. Pink Felicia is going to zap Las Vegas Ape and Glavedidon. We're down to 16. Pink Felicia zaps Billy XBT and BG Dub, and we're down to 14. Pink Felicia got taken out. That's Stormcaller. There's lightning or something else. Pink Felicia at least dealt with for the short term. The problem for the fish is that the enemies eventually will return. Debo the Shark takes out Kyung Wei along with Coloring Jake. Down to a dozen. More than half the field is out. Be sure to join me next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern for Tides Tuesday, episode 17. My #1 show here on Twitch. People love Twitchy Tides. See that Depth Charge trying to hide there under my logo. And that Break Turtle managed to take it out. That's one way to deal with it. Cannonball. That cannonball got deflected in the other direction by Fawny T. That Neon Leon fish with a flare command. Very powerful. We began with 25. We're down to 11. Now it's Debo. Debo working the low side, taking out Cesaro. We're down to 10. So it's a top 10 finish for the remaining players, but who's going to be the winner? Cannonball. Sensei Bullrog, Len PH, Rye186, and Cartman Bra all taken out. We're down to a half dozen. Now it's Big Worm with the hook, takes out Zach Bonifer. Bonnie T with that Neon Leon managed to maneuver around it. We're down to 5. Beginning to rain harder. Depth Charge takes out Fawny T. We're down to the final 4. T. Walter, Funkin' Crypto, Loire, and Boca Twitcher, the last 4. Debo the Shark chomps away, takes out Funkin' Crypto, takes out Mocha Twitcher. We're down to the final 2. T. Walter and Loire. Joe Command. T. Walter. Cannonball. Did T. Walter, that fish, eat the cannonball? He got hopped up on something. Boom! It did. Indigestion, and that's the game. I don't think I've seen that happen before. I'm not sure if that's a new command or something with that particular fish that I just haven't run across much, but man, that's one way to go out. And that's the game, so congratulations. Loire 0013 with a victory here in this 8th game of the broadcast. That's the sort of thing that keeps Twitchy Tides fresh and interesting. The unpredictability of it. You'd think I might be sick of it by now, but not at all. For Sensei Bullrog on up, you got a top 10 finish. All the way up to number 1 and your winner. War 0013 victorious. Back open now for our next game of Twitchy Tides. This 8th game of the broadcast. ! Play in chat. Put the overlay up. I was doing trying to think about overlay stuff. There we go, back up. So we're back open for the next Twitchy Tides game with ! Play in chat. I can try to figure out how I'm going to open up a pack here live on stream and make it look the way I want it to look. So we've already got 16 people in for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can join by typing ! Play in chat. I had fun the other night playing that AEW Fight Forever, the modded version. There's some people, they did things that I legitimately thought were impossible. I thought, okay, this game's got it there. They're so heavy-handed, AEW games. You've got to do it their way. They want to protect the wrestlers from being made to look silly. To the point they just heavy-handed everything. Ruined what could have been a great game. But the modders managed to unruin a lot of it and make it where, at least for me, it's fun to stream. Get these zany clips. You get some fun clips out of Twitchy Tides as well, but those wrestling games, just because a lot of unpredictability, especially when the game glitches out. Normally I try to make the games, I want them to look good, you know, especially the newer games, the Web 3 games, trying to spread the word about. But with that, at least it's a more traditional type game, and when there's something zany that happens or something that abuses me, that's kind of the idea. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. The game is Twitchy Tides. TwitchyTides.io is the website. It's got all of the information you need. Everything from how to set up a Wax wallet to a link to the Discord channel for Twitchy Tides. There's a lot more to Twitchy Tides than what I get into here on stream, because what I use here on stream is so effective for what I want to do. I think that will engage the audience. It's fun. It's unpredictable. Everybody gets to play, even if you don't have a Wax wallet, have no intention of ever getting a Wax wallet, or just here to listen to me talk. Say, okay, I'll join in for fun. You can do that. ! Play lets everybody get in. So nobody feels excluded. It means it minimizes the people having a bad experience. I want people, when they come to my stream, to have a good time. So, luckily there's Twitchy Tides, and it's been just an absolute blessing. People seek it out. They've learned how much fun it is. You don't have to do it my way to do it and have fun. And there's so many different ways. Think of Cam No, how much energy he has. And some streamers are on the opposite end of that, where they're very chill and subdued. And even despite that kind of very different approaches to it, you see people in both ranges as far as their energy level goes, make it work in an entertaining way with Twitchy Tides. Now, some streamers choose to use overlays where they'll shrink it down some, and they have other elements on screen. And you've got full creative control, which you don't normally have. In the television business, I can tell you from working in it for many years. Part of why I have such a thrill with all this, maybe why the novelty hasn't worn off, is because so many years being told no. Hey kid, you're lucky to be here. You're telling people twice your age what to do. Just stick to your business, stay in your lane, but stay in my lane never, especially when I was younger. Maybe a little bit more tactful now. But also open a ton of doors and show people I was genuinely interested. Anyway, we got 28 players in. People, 29 people, just they love it. Seeing is believing, right? We got a packed house. Let's take the overlay down. I'll join as well with !play. I'll use the rainbow soul, the catfish, and I'll get us to 30. So if you'd like to be in for this next game and you're not in yet, last chance to get in with !play in chat. So for this next game, the winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. You can use that in the bounty block. The link is pinned in chat. It's NashvilleLou.com/contest. Got it set up to take it there nice and easily. And a URL that I own, so I know it's going to be okay, even in this archive years later. So it's NashvilleLou.com/contest, and they'll take you to that bounty block. Any NashvilleLou from the NashvilleLou collection, those promotional items have been given away for a long time. Some of y'all got a lot of them stacked up. Well, if you want to improve your odds of winning that grand prize, that Nessie Storm Scale Mint number 69, you can do so there within that bounty block. So it's NashvilleLou.com/contest. All right, 31 players. Let's go through the list and we'll get to it. Naznara, hello. Bo Reddington, DeBoer.js, Funkin' Crypto, Tabernarna, Autumn's Toys, Farminius, Las Vegas Ape, Brazen Blake, Len PH, Random King, BG Dub, Boca Twitcher, Kitty Meow, Coloring Jake, Oga, Young Wei, T. Walter, Misty Rios, Viper Czar, Too High, 15 Gracious, Poppin' Stalk, Bonnie T, Cartman Bra. We'll be doing a raid over to Cartman a little more than an hour and a half from now. Sumerian B, Cesaro NLV, Parrot 314, Billy XBT, Crawling Moon, me, NashvilleLou, that Rainbow Soul the Catfish, Zach Bonifer, Levetadon. I want to say the name properly. It's tough when I see a bunch of letters squished together on the screen that I have here a little bit smaller. What's that? Yeah. Levetadon, of course, Sensei Bullrog. That one I know. 34 players. If I win, prize goes to the second place finisher. And this 8th game of the broadcast on Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. The game is Twitchy Tides. We got 35 players in for this game. Early on a Cannonball takes out BG Dub, Bonnie T, T Walter, and Mocha Twitcher. We're down to 31. The Cannonball's supposed to be capped at 3 kills per crossing, but maybe I didn't properly calibrate that when I was trying to fix the settings earlier. Tabernarna's out, so is Farminius. Got that haunt command. Ghosts. You can see that blinking red of that depth charge. It takes out Funkin' Crypto. Also gets Sumerian B. And we're down to 26. Debo the Shark chomps away, takes out My Fish, takes out Kyung Wei as well. We're down to 24. Bo Reddington with that Lambo command, making it rain. Now it's Debo the Shark. Debo taking out Brazen Blake. Along with Cesaro and LV. We're down to 20. Now it's Debo going right to left. Misty Rios is out. Debo also got Kitty Meow. We're down to 18. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge. Levetadon and Las Vegas Ape are taken out. We're down to 16. The hook from Big Worm's going to take out Loire. Also catch Len PH on the way out. And we're down to 14 players remaining. Remember, later this hour, we'll be giving away a Series 4.1 pack. Cannonball. Not sure if Too High was already out, but it took out Autumn's Toys and Naznara. Down to 10, so it's a top 10 finish for the remaining players. Who's going to be the winner? Cannonball is going to catch Oga and Cartman Bra. We're down to 8. Oh, Reddington making it rain again. That Lambo, only for that cannonball to come through, taking out Zach Bonifer. Bo Reddington, Random King. We're down to 5. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. You got Big Worm, that hook on the left side. Pop and Suck should be able to get out of that corner okay. Not so sure about Billy XBT. Got caught, got hooked. Down to the final 4. DeBoer JS, Coloring Jake, Pop and Stalk, and Viper Czar. The last 4. Cannonball. It's going to take out Pop and Stalk. We're down to the final 3. Coloring Jake, Viper Czar, and DeBoer JS. Depth charge. Hard to miss right there. To the right of the Twitchy Tide sign. There goes Coloring Jake. There goes DeBoer JS, and that's the game. So congratulations, Viper Czar, with the victory here in this 8th game of the broadcast. All right, so for Oga on up, it's a top 10. As far as the finish goes in the top 10, all the way up to number 1. And your winner, Viper Czar, with the victory. All right, back open for our next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation point play in chat. It's tough because I'm trying to, like, in my head, figure out how I'm going to do this with this pack to open it, where I can show it in OBS Studio. No, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm not, if I send it, maybe I could send it from my fulfillments account to a different one. Then I'm moving packs around in the middle of a broadcast. I don't know. It's tough. That's the downside. When you're part of a team, you have certain responsibilities and duties, and you got people you can lean on. When it's just you up there, it makes it a bit tougher. So I tend to be a bit regimented with the way I plan things out, but surprises can be fun as well. But it always helps to know ahead of time when possible. But we'll pass up opportunities for fun, though, and ways to add to the interest and intrigue of the broadcast. So we've got 11 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides already. Open for a minute, boom, people wanting in. And remember, if you play Twitchy Tides, be sure you're getting in there on a daily basis for those treasures, the daily reward, your reward for playing, whether it's here on Twitch, you're playing in the battle bowls within twitchytides.io. Got staking as well with the fish. Rewards you for playing the game and for being involved, and adds a little bit of fun as well, because there's the mystery of not knowing what those treasure chests are going to contain. Sometimes they're empty, sometimes they got a pack inside. You have fish food, you have Tide, Aqua. But I still think the smartest thing out of all of this that Twitchy Tides did was thinking of it from a streamer standpoint, making it where people like me would want to play this game. And it wasn't a hard sell once I saw how much fun it was. And man, look where we're at now. I mean, you got people that play this around the clock. We've had this going since 5 a.m. today with Tides Tuesday. It's going to keep going through the night U.S. time, into the morning, all the way clear into the break, man. And Consumer Break show goes on Wednesday, early afternoon, East Coast, U.S. time. My hope is that somebody will find a way to do what Blockchain Brawlers had for a little while. They had a deal with Amazon Prime, where if you had Amazon Prime account, that you could get a free Wax wallet for signing up for Blockchain Brawlers. But they barely promoted it, and it went away. And it's just, I can't explain that. Like, it was to the point where I was, the only reason I'm even talking about that game is that, well, you can get a wallet here, but then that went away, so. So I think there's I mean, you can play for fun. It's great that people can play for fun with Twitchy Tides. But getting people with that wax wallet, that's an extra barrier of entry, and it can be, maybe that's the difference between somebody getting in and not getting in. And so that can be kind of tough. So hopefully more can be done to make it easy for people that are watching on stream to get a wax wallet and get on board. Especially with Twitchy Tides. But there's plenty of incentive. And with other games as well, with Warsaken, you got the Warbot giving out loot. You've got a variety of options with other streamers. Some people use the Scurvy bot. I don't have that set up yet. I want to wait until I know exactly the way I don't want to just rush into it, because once you're set, then there's an expectation. So if and when I do it, I do plan to do it, but I want to make sure it's done right with my application. You know, a lot of people that are having that as part of their streams, and I got to make sure there's enough growth as far as people with wax wallets that are engaged with it to make it where it makes sense for everybody. But it's got to be fun more than anything. We're having fun right now. We got 24 players in for this next game. So I'll take the overlay down. I'll join with !play. And this time I'll use the flow fish, got the 4 spot. Get us to 25. So for this next game of Twitchy Tides, this 9th game of the broadcast for the winner, a Warsaken camo card. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection that you can use in that bounty block that has that link pinned in chat. Promo items from the NashvilleLou collection. You can burn those within the bounty block and increase your chances of winning. Maybe get that grand prize and that Nessie Storm Scale mint number 69. So 26 players in for this next game. Let's go through the list of participants. If you want in and you're not in yet, get in now with !play in chat. We've got Sumerian B, DeBoer JS, Lynn PH, Kiyoshi Nobu, Poppinstock, Dr. Doom, Bunkin Crypto, Coloring Jake, Too High, Random King, SDME123, Bo Reddington, BG Dub, Bonnie T, Las Vegas Ape, Zach Bonifer, JR since 82, Aegis 2017, Viper Czar, Kevin Arna, OG Daddy, RCPA DEG, Linder 77, Loire, Kyung Wei, Cartman Bra, Parrot 314, and then me, NashvilleLou, with the Flow Fish. That's 28 players. If I win, prize goes to the second place finisher. We got Brazen Blake in to give us 29 players. All right, good night, Funkin' Crypto. That's the battle in this time slot. People in North and South America, East Coast, battling sleep. But again, people around the world love Twitchy Tides. Somebody's going to sleep, somebody's waking up ready to play, or getting home from work. It never ends, in a good way, for once, and it never ends. With Twitchy Tides, the demand, it's constant. So let's get to it, shall we? 29 players, pardon me. If I win, if my voice holds up, prize goes to second place. And this 9th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge right away took out Fonny T, took out me. Down to 27. Later this hour, we'll be giving away a Series 4.1 pack. We've got 2 more to give away on our 3rd hour coming up. Do a raid over to Cartman Bra at or about 1 a.m. Eastern. Loire and Poppinstock are out. We're down to 25. Pink Felicia coming in bottom left. Zapping OG Daddy and Kiyoshi Nobu down to 23. Time for a Baby Shark party. Again, because of the copyright monsters, I'm very hesitant about any music. I'm not completely sure I've got the clearances on, so. You get the disco ball and the fireworks, but not the audio. You got Debo the Shark up top, taking out Cartman Bra, taking out Random King, and we're down to 21. Depth charge. That depth charge, it was weakened for a moment, then went off, took out Aegis 2017 along with Las Vegas Ape, and we're down to 19 remaining. Pink Felicia up top's going to zap Coloring Jake along with Funkin' Crypto, and we're down to 17. Linder with that puff command of that fish. Depth charge takes out BG Dub and Parrots down to 15. Now sneaking into my logo on that bottom left side is Debo the Shark. Chomping away, taking out Linder. More than half the field is out. We're down to 14. This is Twitchy Tides. Here on NashvilleLou Live, it's Tides Tuesday. Cannonball takes out RCPADG. We're down to 13. Depth charge. Cabanarna is out, down to a dozen. Pink Felicia, up top, going left to right. Pink Felicia on the way out zaps Sumerian B and Brazen Blake. So the remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish. That is always the question, who's going to be the winner? Cannonball. That Cannonball took out JR since 82, and Lynn PH, and Bo Reddington, and Dr. Doom. 4 players, right, one after another, we're down to 6. Another Cannonball. Vipers are in 2 high. Down to the final 4, Zach Bonifer, DeBoer JS, SDME123. Kyung Wei, trying to read that spinning name there. Pink Felicia. Zaps DeBoer JS. Zaps Kyung Wei. We're down to the final 2. It's SDME123 and Zach Bonifer, the last 2. Pikachu against these snidely looking fish. Zach gets zapped, and that's the game. So congratulations, SDME123. Victorious here in this 9th game of the broadcast. That's 9 games and 9 different winners thus far. And along with that, of course, top 10 finishes to consider for JR since 82 on up. Top 10 finish all the way to number 1, and your winner, SDMA123, victorious. Back open up for our next game of Twitchy Tides. I'm going to take my hourly break now. Be about a 5-minute break. On the other side of this break, for this next Twitchy Tides game, the winner will receive a Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 pack. So we'll have that and more Twitchy Tides as we go into our 3rd hour of the broadcast. We'll have 2 more of those packs to give away in our 3rd hour, so be sure to stick around for that. Back in just a few minutes. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. Back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. It's Tides Tuesday. We've got 18 players in this next game with a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack on the line. Take the overlay down. I'll join as well with exclamation mark play. In chat, I'll use the 3 spot in my Twitchy team where I've got the Buster Beaver. So we've got 20 players in. Last chance to get in for this game to win a pack. We've got 2 more packs to give away in our third and final hour coming up. We do the raid at 1 a.m. Eastern. Over to Cartman Bra. Tides Tuesday is going to go into Wednesday all the way to Breakman, to Consumer Break Show. I can even show you. On the slate, you see it right there. Started with NFT Dealer at 5 a.m. today. And here we are now. On to my second hour. Got 24 players in. Let's go through this list of participants and we'll get to it with a pack on the line. We got JR since 82. Tabor JS. Boca Twitcher. BG Dub. Autumn's Toys. Bo Reddington. Kevin Arna. Soul the Cats. Random King. Parrot 314. Lynn PH. Linder. Brazen Blake. Coloring Jake. Zach Bonifer. Kiyoshi Nobu. Me, NashvilleLou with the Buster Beaver. Bonnie T. Notorious Ninja. Kyung Wei. SDMe123. Billy XBT. Poppinstock. Too High. We got 24 players in for this game. For the winner, prize is an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Use that and improve your chances of winning in that bounty block. NashvilleLou.com/contest. The link is pinned in chat. Have a chance to win. Increase your chance to win and perhaps get that Nessie Storm Scale mint number 69. If I win, the prize goes to second place. And this 10th game of the broadcast on this Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. Got 24 players in there. Somebody's going to get a pack. We got Debo out of the gate, taking out Kyung Wei and Lin. We're down to 22. That depth charge. Gonna take out BG Dub and Soul the Cat. Cat snuck in. Unfortunately for Cat, that depth charge took her out. Early on, we're down to 20. And it's Debo the Shark chomping away, taking out Mocha Twitcher, taking out Brazen Blake. And we're down to 18. Up top, Pink Felicia will zap SDB123 along with Random King. We're down to 16. It's capped at 2 kills per crossing for Felicia, so no further harm can be done from her for now. She gets zapped on her way out. Down to 16 players. The winner of this wins a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Depth charge. Bo Reddington's out. Tabor JS out as well. Down to 14. Depth charge will take out Autumn's Toys. Also Poppinstock out. We're down to a dozen. Half the field is out. Use my cheat command with this Buster Beaver, which is, throws its axe. And look at, I didn't know that Debo was heading that way. He's trying to demonstrate the axe. Buster Beaver. He's got an extra axe. He already has another one in his hand. Keeps a spare for such occasions. You got Debo coming through. Debo taking out Billy XBT. Got frozen in place, but still dangerous. One more kill potential, but it won't happen there. We're down to 11. Big Worm of the Hook takes out my fish. No top 10 finish for me, but there's one for everybody else still in there. Who's going to be the winner? That Cannonball took out Linder, then Parrot with that Blaze command. Stopped any further damage from happening. The Flare command from Fonnie T. The Cannonball kept on going. Cabinarna's out. Notorious Ninja's out. Kiyoshi Nobu's out. We're down to 6. And it's a depth charge, but the Twitchy Tide sign. Well-timed spin move by Parrot, trying to avoid it. But the spin runs out. Parrot hits the depth charge, gets taken out. We're down to 5. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Bonnie T gets hooked. We're down to the final 4. Winner of this gets a pack. Got Coloring Jake, Too High, Zach Bonifer, JR since 82. The hook is going to take Too High out. And we're down to 3. Zach Bonifer, JR since 82, and Coloring Jake. The last 3. Cannonball up top is going to miss everybody. That crawl command with that Christmas snail from JR. Well timed. Get out of the way of that cannonball. Now it's Pink Felicia up top going left to right. Pink Felicia zaps Zach Bonifer. We're down to the final 2. It's JR since 82 and Coloring Jake. The last 2. Depth charge. It's going to take out JR since 82, and that's the game. So congratulations, Coloring Jake, victorious here. This 10th game of the broadcast. We'll be getting a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Coloring Jake, congratulations on the win. Keep in mind that prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. And those will be sent from my fulfillment wallets. So for Linder, I was out of luck at 11th. Just out of the top 10. Linder 77 on up. Y'all got a top 10 finish. All the way up to number 1, and your winner, Coloring Jake, victorious. Back open now for our next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation mark play. That's the wrong one. Not going back to break just yet. Got time for they're still in the second hour, pal. That's the overlay I want. The Tides Tuesday one. One's got Lulu on it, my unofficial mascot. I've kind of adopted here on NashvilleLou Live. I've got a fish named Lulu. It's got a cool sounding command like Dream. It's giving you the side eye. It's purple. My brand color. Sign me up. And I open the door for 20 seconds, 10 people immediately in. People love Twitchy Tides. They're ready to play. I mean, Tides Tuesdays, evidence enough of it. I mean, look, that lineup right here. Go back to the slate. Still see the fish continuing to file into the tank in the bottom right. But you see that streamer lineup. I'm taking it to 1 a.m. Eastern, so I've got a little more than an hour. I have so much fun. It's like almost sad. Like, oh, only an hour left. But don't be too sad. That's just me being selfishly sad because I have so much fun with this. But the fun continues with Cartman Broad, 1 a.m. Eastern. Take us for the next 5 hours from that point. Another 5 hours for Tricky Creates, and then Las Vegas Ape rounding it out. Very much appreciate being included with Tides Tuesday. This has become my number one. This is the 16th week of me doing this. Early on, it became my number 1 show. This is a strong number 1 for me here. People love Twitchy Tides. They love Tides Tuesday. Some people, when 5 a.m. hits on Tuesday, 5 Eastern, they'll start watching NFT Dealer, and they'll ride that train all the way as long as it goes. It's quite nice. And different streamers have different ways of rewarding or compensating their audience, different ways of entertaining them, different ways of presenting the game. And finally, I'll do what I was saying an hour ago I was going to do and take a look at these settings real fast. As far as that cannonball. It's supposed to be set at 3. Man, nudged it. Fixed now. I can tell it wasn't quite right. But again, that's a positive of the game that you can change the settings to fit your style. Some people, and if I'm under the gun time-wise, okay, then we'll just go ham with it and just get as quickly as possible done with it. But in general, I want it to be a speed where I can call it, or I can explain what's going on, but not too slow that it becomes boring. And of course, there's a very important factor of how many people are playing. If you've got a game with 12 players, it's going to be a lot different than a game with 75. Like we have one of those games like Consumer Break's going to have on Wednesday. Now, Consumer Break doesn't have a Twitchy Tides focused show, but Breakman's no dummy. He knows that Twitchy Tides is a fan favorite. It brings people in, so he works into his show. And he'll have sometimes north of 100. I know Las Vegas Apes had a bunch as well. So we got 14 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. If you want to join the list, just type !play in chat. Winner of this next game gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Thinking that Win Nessie Storm Scale, mint number 69. Those promotional items from the NashvilleLou collection. More than just promo items, you can use them in this current bounty block contest. It's more entries for you, a better chance of winning a prize, including potentially the grand prize with that mint number 69 Nessie Storm Scale. I'll probably have another stream of some sort tomorrow afternoon or evening. I want to give some more gameplay to that AEW Fight Forever, but modded version. I added a lot of fun facts for that game. Also want to give another round or two with NBA Jam. Has some good feedback on that. And of course, The Sims 3. I really want to get back and doing The Sims 3. With that game, you blink and 6 hours have gone by. Buckle up. All right, so 18 players into this next game with Twitchy Tides. Let's take the overlay down, and I'll join as well with !play in chat. I'll use the Lulu fish. We're talking about Lulu. We're closing on midnight Eastern. A quick reset. This is NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. In the next hour, we'll be giving away 2 more of those Series 4.1 Twitchy Tides packs. Your chance to win's coming up. For this Twitchy Tides game that's about to happen, this 11th game of the broadcast for the winner, a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And as noted, you can use those promotional items from the NashvilleLou collection in that bounty block event. Get extra entries and improve your chances of winning. NashvilleLou.com/contest. And the link is pinned there in chat if you need that. All right, 20 players. Let me read through the names, and then we'll get to this next game. We got Cabinarna, Fonny T, Notorious Ninja, Kyung Wei, Parrot 314, Jamie Penguins, hello, Bo Reddington, Soul the Cats, SDME123, CMC Ski, Kite Meow, Too High, Viper Czar, Lynn PH, Autumn's Toys, Kiyoshi Nobu, Cesaro NLV, me, NashvilleLou, with a Lulu fish, DeBoer JS, Poppinstock, and Zach Bonifer, so 21 players. We're at midnight Eastern. Again, my third and final hour of this part of Twitchy Tides, Tides Tuesday, but this event that began at 5 a.m. Eastern, and slowing down. In an hour, we'll do that raid over to Hartman Bras, going to keep it going into the night U.S. time. Lore's in as well to give us 22 players. If I win, the prize goes to second place. And this 11th game of the broadcast, Brazen Blake is in to give us 23 players. And this game begins now. Perfect timing for Brazen Blake getting in. And here we go, 23 players. Debo the Shark takes out Zach Bonifer, takes out Cabinarna. And early on, we're down to 21. The name of this game is Twitchy Tides. It's Tides Tuesday, which has become a phenomenon in the world of wax gaming. Nothing quite like it that I've seen. CMC gets taken out by a cannonball. We're down to 20. Pink Felicia zaps Kyung Wei. Zapped my Lulu as well. That capped at 2 kills. Too high. Still alive. down to 18. The Board JS and Fawny T get taken out by that depth charge. We're down to 16. It's Debo the Shark. Debo taking out Pop and Stalk along with Notorious Ninja. We're down to 14. We've had 10 games and 10 different winners thus far. We'll see if that holds here in this 11th game. The hook from Big Worm. Viper, Czar, Brazen Blake. They're out. We're down to 11. The Sorrow NLV making it rain with that Lambo command. Look out for that worm, that hook. Takes out Kitte Meow. We're down to 10. So a top 10 finish secured for the remaining players. But who's going to be the winner? Here comes Debo the Shark. Bottom part of the screen going left to right. Chomps away, takes out Autumn's Toys, takes out Cesaro NLV. We're down to 8. Within the next hour, we'll give away 2 more of those Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 packs. Too High hits a depth charge, gets taken out, and we're down to 7. Bo Reddington making it rain. Throwing those dollar bills around underwater. Now it's Pink Felicia going left to right on the low side. And Felicia's going to miss everybody. Sometimes you'll see that with a cannonball. A little less common with Felicia. Nobody to zap. Out of zapping range. But back, she had to get her zaps in. Got Loire, got SD, me 1, 2, 3. We're down to 5 players remaining. Well, Reddington hits the ATM real fast. Walk of shame to make it rain. Thought that cannonball was going to hit somebody. Got that kapow. The fish are fighting back. Only for Big Worm of the Hook to take out Parrot and Len PH. We're down to the final 3. Jamie Penguins, Bo Reddington, and Soul the Cat. Pink Felicia. Pink Felicia. Went down Broadway, zaps Soul the Cat. Oh, Reddington gonna get zapped as well, and that's the game. So congratulations, Jamie Penguins, victorious in this 11th game of the broadcast. So 11 games and 11 different winners. A lot of people getting W's here. And it's not just the winners, of course, with Twitchy Tides and the top 10 finishes. Those battle for those daily treasures, which add a lot of fun and extra incentive to play on a daily basis. The Twitchy Tide's a wonderful thing. Autumn's Toys on up, you got a top 10 finish. All the way to number 1 and your winner, Jamie Penguins, victorious. Back open now for our next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation mark play in chat for this 12th game. So at top of the hour, or thereabouts, we'll do a raid over to Cartman Bra. He's got a 5-hour block. Should be a good time with that. Should be a good time as well with Tricky Creates. He's got the next 5 hours. And this is ambitious. This is back-to-back weeks. This has been the approach. And Las Vegas Ape has been the real key to making this all happen. He's done a really good job of organizing it. It's difficult when you've got people around the world especially, but trying different schedules. Maybe they're tough to get a hold of sometimes. Just the challenges of that. He does a great job with it. And I'm thrilled to be part of this. People love Twitchy Tides. They love Tides Tuesday. We've got 8 people in already for this next game. If you want to join the list, just type exclamation mark play in chat. So I anticipate some sort of live stream probably for tomorrow evening, probably. Or maybe play some AEW Fight Forever before AEW Dynamite. Get some wrestling fans. Bring in new people. Different games, bring in different audiences. But whatever I stream, I've since I first started with Twitchy Tides, playing this back over the summer, I wouldn't want to stream without having Twitchy Tides here. People would be very unhappy they show up I didn't have it. That's kind of the expectation my audience has. And I'm happy for that because that draws people in unlike anything I've ever seen in the world of live streaming and gaming here on Twitch. Hello to everybody watching over on Kick. There are people that watch me there. Yeah, I don't allow chat on Kick. Tides is a Twitch exclusive the way it is now. But there are people that watch me there, and to them I say hello and thank you for watching. Greetings and welcome. Of course, hello to everybody here on Twitch. We got 14 people in already for this next game of Twitchy Tides. You can join by typing !play in chat. Hey there, OP Influencer. Hello, hello. Oh, the dangerous process of me trying to respond with an emoji in chat in OBS Studio. Other people don't seem to have these problems. I think that's a me problem. There, hi. I could have just typed it, but now I'm going to be complicated. 17 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. Later this hour, we've got 2 more Series 4.1 packs to give away. And again, many thanks to Pop Paragon. Gave me those packs to give away. I'll be very judicious about that. All right. How's it going? Tides Tuesday? It's going great. Like, it's easy for me to be enthusiastic about this because it's fun. I look forward to this. When these 3 hours fly by on a weekly basis, this is what draws people in. People love Twitchy Tides. Everybody gets to play if they want to. Some people don't want to play. Some people just want to listen. There are people that I can sit here and read the phone book, and there would be some people that would actually listen to that. But I know we can do a lot better than that from an entertainment standpoint. Like a game everybody can play with Twitchy Tides. Got 20 players in. Let's take this overlay down. I'll join as well. No comment. !play. And we'll use the 3 spot with Buster Beaver. So if you want to get in for this next game and you're not in yet, last chance. !play in chat. Even if you're brand new to this, you don't have a fish, you're not even sure what this is, you don't have a wax wallet, it doesn't matter. If you want to play for fun, !play will get you in. The game will provide a fish for you to use for fun. As much as most people playing have a fish and have a wax wallet, this allows everybody to play so people aren't feeling left out. And it's not that weird divide that shouldn't exist to begin with between Web3 gaming and traditional gaming. People that are used to hustling their customers, selling them things they don't actually own. That wall's going to fall down sooner or later. And it's games like this are going to knock it down. Because I own these fish that I use, and it's wonderful. I got Lynn PH, Too High, Cesaro NLV, Loire, Pennybags Jr., Cabanarna, Soul the Cat, Cartman Bra, CMC Ski, Notorious Ninja, Dr. Doom, Brazen Blake, Poppenstalk, OP Influencer, Bonnie T, Parrot 314, DeBoer JS, Azile, Kiyoshi Nobu, Autumn's Toys, Viper Czar, Youngwei, me, NashvilleLou with a Buster Beaver, Random King, and Zach Bolifer, that's 25. Everybody can play. And you can play, I mean, people that, if you just want to play for fun, you don't want to own fish, you don't want to worry about any of that, you can do it and just play for fun. But part of the draw is people want those top 10 finishes. They want those wins. They want those prizes. They want things that will help them in those quests for their daily treasures. Monthly competitions as well. All sorts of positives. Incentives to keep people playing on a daily basis. We need more of that in the world of Wax Gaming. I know we're going to get it soon with War's Sake, and we get Game Reward XP. That's going to be part of it. Oh, I can't wait. You have no idea. I can't wait. I've got this huge plan laid out. We'll get to it when it's ready. Better to be... I'd rather wait another 2 years if it meant it would be actually right and ready to go. Because when we have it, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait. That's something different. This is Twitchy Tides. Tides Tuesday. 28 players. Let me read through this list of names. We'll get to the game. We got Lynn PH, Too High, Cesaro NLV, Loire, Pennybags Jr., Cabanarna, Soul the Cat, Cartman Bra, CMC Ski, Notorious Ninja, Dr. Doom, Brazen Blake, Poppenstalk, OP Influencer, Bonnie T, Parrot 314, DeBoer JS, Azile, Yoshinobu, Autumn's Toys. Did I already do this before? I get this weird deja vu. I didn't know. You're getting a 2 for Tuesday. Vipers are. It's Tides Tuesday. Kyung Wei, NashvilleLou, me. Random King, 15 Gracious, Bo Reddington, Sumerian B, Zach Bonifer, and Rai 186. I legitimately don't remember if I started and stopped that or what there. Stealing the Squirrely Dan gimmick from Welsh. This will also be part of the one-man broadcast machine trying to check a few things at once. Part of the fun, part of the challenge. The 29 players, if I win, the prize goes to second place. And this 12th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, Tides Tuesday, NashvilleLou Live. At some point, the opponent should show up. They said Debo was going to be. Now, Pink Felicia, they'll get things started top right side, taking out Brazen Blake and Sumerian B. Early on, we're down to 27. Remember, later this hour, we got 2 more of those Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 packs to give away. Your chance to win's coming up. Got a chance to win here as well. War-Seeking Camo card, an item from the NashvilleLou collection going to the winner. Cannonball up top. That cannonball missed 27 fish. I mean, the most I've ever seen a cannonball miss in one go-through like that. You never know what's going to happen in a given game of Twitchy Tides. That's part of the fun. Pink Felicia, zapping Loire, and Vipers are. We're down to 25. Cannonball, again. This one's going to get Azile, Notorious Ninja, and DeBoer JS. Down to 22. Pink Felicia, zapping Cesaro NLV and Autumn's Toys. We're down to 20. The Hook from Big Worm takes out Kyung Wei down to 19. Now it's Debo the Shark, chomping away, taking out Lynn PH and Rai 186, down to 17. Fish extracted some revenge there on Debo, although he will respawn and completely get rid of him. Cannonball, right to left, taking out Parrots, Yoshinobu and Zach Bonifer. More than half of the field is out. We're down to 14. Pink Felicia is going to zap Dr. Doom and Too High. We're down to a dozen. It's Twitchy Tides, Tides Tuesday. NashvilleLou Live, and it's Debo the Shark, ground level. Going right to left, taking out Pop and Stock. We're down to 11. I still can't believe that Cannonball missed 27 fish. I think that's the record for me. A depth charge is still dangerous. It takes out Cartman Bra. So the remaining players, you got a top 10 finish. That includes me. But who's going to be the winner? If I happen to win, that prize goes to second place. So there's that as well. Cannonball. It's going to take out Pennybags Jr., Fonny T, and Random King. We're down to 7. Cannonball, it's going to take out my Buster Beaver, Soul the Cat, and Bo Reddington eliminated as well. We're down to 5. Oh, Soul, not quite out yet. That 9 lives command, I love it. Not many people have that Rainbow Soul the Catfish. Meanwhile, there's that depth charge hiding in the coral, bottom right side. A blast is going to take out 15 Gracious. We're down to our final 4. CMC Ski, Soul the Cat, Tabanarna, and hiding behind my logo, OP Influencer. The last 4. Debo. It's Debo the Shark. Going right to left, and Debo's going to miss everybody. So for the moment, all 4 players still in the mix. We started with 29, we're down to 4. It's Twitchy Tides. NashvilleLou live, it's a cannonball. That cannonball takes out Cabanarna. And we're down to 3. Soul the Cat, CMC an OP influencer. Depth charge. 9 lives from Soul the Cat. What timing on that? And poof, she's back. Love that 9 lives command. Now Pink Felicia. The lives ran out for Soul the Cat. CMC gets zapped as well, and that's the game. So congratulations, OP influencer, with the win here in this 12th game of the broadcast. If I'm reading this correctly, 12 games, 12 different winners. A lot of people getting victories here on NashvilleLou Live. And of course, along with the victories, you got people with those top 10 finishes. Helpful for the daily competitions, helpful for monthly competitions. So for Pennybags Jr. on up, including me in 7th, a top 10 finish. All the way up to number 1, your winner, OP Influencer, victorious. Now back open for our next game of Twitchy Tides, ! Play in chat. Twitchy Tides, Tides Tuesday, here on NashvilleLou Live. Open for 35 seconds, 10 people in. People want to play Twitchy Tides, wanting in for those next games, wanting to get those top 10 finishes, wanting those victories, those prizes. But I mean, you see how straightforward this is from a streaming standpoint, right? Like, I give you the sports play-by-play thing because that's what I do, but you don't have to do it that way. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. But it's more fun if you do. You can engage with your audience. You can do things that other streamers can't. They haven't quite discovered this yet. They're going to at some point. I mean, word's going to spread. It's inevitable. Then it's going to get a little interesting. In a good way. But I've been surprised over and over in this world of gaming, live streaming things, my anticipations and things I expected. Things that I knew to be true from the world of television, the world of radio. Some of it holds true here and some of it does not. Particularly from an audience standpoint, but you're talking to the world. Plus, it's a different era from the 1990s when you had a rather finite number of, even with cable and satellite, whatever, you still had a certain limit. Now, if you got the internet, you got Twitch, YouTube, Kick, whatever, Netflix. Endless opportunities, seemingly. Thousands of simmed matches from Fire Pro Wrestling World. More stuff on YouTube than you could ever hope to watch in 10 lifetimes. So how do you stand out with something like that? You have a game that is visually captivating, is entertaining, is fun, that anybody can play. And you got that here with Twitchy Tide. 16 people in. You can join the list with ! Play in chat. Trying to figure something out with this pack that August sent to me. I'm not going to be able to get that fulfillments wallet to show up the way I want it to. I would just doing this in the middle of the broadcast would not work. I know he took the time to send that to me. That particularly was really wanting me to open that once. Okay, normally I would want to plan that ahead of time, but I appreciate it and want to utilize it if possible. I'm trying to look what I have here. That's the wrong. Got to browse with a bunch of things open in front of me here. I'm trying to get that lined up. That could be a fun little extra. And if I can't get it to work here, then we'll do it sometime soon. But I really want to get it since he gave it to me for tonight. But in general, please, for the future, for anybody, just give me a heads up. Because I'm having to do so many things right at broadcast time. I've had people get mad at me before, but look, Buddy, you coming to me when I've been doing the countdown show is not the time to pitch me an idea that I might be lukewarm on. But I appreciate everybody that takes the time to send, to watch, to spread the word. Okay, so I think what I do here for my fulfillments wallet, normally I'm trying to send stuff out of there that's not the prizes themselves, but I'll transfer this to the wallet that I can pull up here on this other computer. I don't know how to get into fulfillments. I'd have to have an anchor wallet on this computer. Oh, while I'm trying to entertain an audience with a live stream of my #1 show. So there's all that rattling around, but I think for this, I will make it work. In the meantime, people are filing in, getting into that next game of Twitchy Tides. You can join the list with !play in chat. Hack to open live. I did not transfer that through. I don't trust Atomic Hub. That's not the one I want to send that for. There's a reason I normally don't do this live on stream, but in this case, do it this way and we'll make it work. There won't be any audio with the pack opening. Hopefully it's nothing untoward. I don't think there would be, but I'm very careful what I put on my stream. Open the anchor wallet for my fulfillments wallet. I normally send the stuff out after the broadcast. Now I open this up, unlock it. I have to really tone it down because in TV, you don't have time to be nice. You gotta be abrupt. I mean, not being mean to people. People are perfectly wonderful, reasonable people, but when time is of the essence, I might rip somebody's head off. They're gonna try to talk to me, like, not meaning to, but just because I've got to talk to my live shot, my meteorologist. It's breaking weather news. We got, can we get the live shot for the A block? I think get the turnaround in time. And then somebody wants to talk to me about the coffee quiz. Time and place. Okay, let me see. What do I have pulled up over here? Pay attention to the live stream. We've got 24 people. I'm like, Lou, come on, let's play. I think I got transferred over. Let's take this overlay down. I'll join by typing !play in chats. I'll use that Buster Beaver again. I'll get us to 25. So if you want in for this next game and you're not in yet, last chance with !play. And remember, I've got 2 more of those Series 4.1 packs to give away before the top of the hour. For this game, the winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. You can use those promo items from the NashvilleLou collection in that bounty block. The link is pinned in chat. NashvilleLou.com/contest will take you to it. Got a number of prizes, but for the grand prize, that Nessie Storm Scale Mint number 69. Somebody's going to win that. It could be you. Let's go through this list of players. We'll get to this next game. Scroll down here. We got Cartman Bra, Parrot 314, DeBoer JS, JR since 82, OP Influencer, Soul the Cat, Dr. Doom, Bonnie T, Notorious Ninja, Hellacious Z, Brazen Blake, Kiyoshi Nobu, Bo Reddington, Random King, Master A's, Autumn's Toys, Kyung Wei, Zach Bonifer, Too High, Loire, Azile, Ivanov 007, Pennybags Jr., Kite Meow, Cesaro NLV, BG Dub, Viper Czar, me, NashvilleLou, with that Buster Beaver, Lynn PH, Musical Man, and CMC. I guess it's the 31. OP Influencer asking for the next Twitchy Tides. Can I announce like it's a football game? The fish are on offense and the thing trying to kill a fish are defense. Different variation of the sport. It's tough for me to try and do those kind of challenges. 30 years of sports broadcasting, it's a certain way of doing things in my head. The Lynn PH is going to give us 31. If I win, prize goes to the second place finisher. This is what, game number 13. So this 13th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. And it's Debo the Shark taking out Cesaro and Kite. Early on, we're down to 30. I think I figured it out for the pack that Oga sent me, so we'll have that coming up on the other side of the next break. We'll have the break, and then we'll have the Twitchy Tides with a pack on the line. We'll get that other pack open. Maybe have time for one other one before the last one. They'll also be for a pack. Lots of fun stuff coming up here in this last half hour. So Kiyoshi Nobu, Autumn's Toys, and Zach Bonifer are out. We're down to 27. Pink Felicia, Zaps Braze and Blake, and BG Dub. We're down to 25. The Hook from Big Worm takes out Cartman Bra and SDB123. We're down to 23. Cannonball. That Cannonball takes out My Fish. It takes out JR since 82, along with Musical Man. And we're down to 20. Cannonball. It's going to get Azile, Dr. Doom, and Loire. Down to 17. This is Twitchy Tides. Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth Charge. It's going to take out Viper Czar. Half the field is out. We're down to 16. What happened there with Parrot? Saw the fire. And now it's Debo the Shark. Debo chomping away, taking out Master Rays. And CMC Ski down to 13. Cannonball. That Cannonball takes out OP Influencer, Too High, and Pennyback Jr. I don't know how you make a football comparison. Can't tackle 3 people. Cannonball. Random King's out. Pennyback Jr.'s out. We're down to 9. Players still in the mix. You got a top 10 finish. Who's going to be the winner? Depth Charge takes out Kyung Wei. Also catches Notorious Ninja. You get that chain reaction effect sometimes. Those depth charges. We're down to 7. Defense eating up the offense. Almost the opposite, though. The Shark chomps away, takes out DeBoer JS down to 6. I was a game I played in grade school called, I don't know, probably called other things in other places, but they called it British Bulldog. I'm not talking about Davy Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid. There are these 2 fenced-in tennis courts, the area between there. You'd run between there, and one person would be in the middle trying to tackle somebody. Tackle somebody, they're on your side. More and more people get in the middle trying to tackle people. They banned the game after one of the kids broke his arm. Fluke thing, but that happened. That's going back going back to the 80s. Old school. Down to 5. Cannonball takes out Hellacia Z. We're down to 4. Bonnie T, Ivanov 007, Bo Reddington, and Soul the Cats. The last 4 in there. Debo the Shark. Debo. Yeah, you're right, Musical Man. Somebody gets hurt and then things get banned. I mean, we're just like playing tackle with no pads or anything, but you know, you're kids, you feel invincible. Pink Felicia. Zaps Bo Reddington. We're down to 3. Ivanov 007, Soul the Cats, and Fawny T, the last 3. I enjoy tackling. I thought it was great fun. I just never have run very fast. It's tough. That's why it's sports broadcasting. Like, my mind would move faster than my body could. It would drive me crazy. I could have the quarterback in my sights, ready to make a sack. And this happened a few times. I just could not close on the guy and zip right past. Oh. A little easier. I'm just talking about the sport and how to actually play it. Cannonball takes out Ivanov 007. Soul the Cat had that 9 lives command. Perfect timing if she needed it. Down to the final 2. Soul the Cat and Fawny T, the last 2 in there. Fawny T with that flare command. I just don't run very fast, unfortunately. Not due to lack of effort. Cannonball misses both players. Fawny T against Soul the Cat, the last 2. See that hook from Big Worm. Can Soul get past it? Yeah, she can. And that hook's going to take out Fawny T, and that's the game. So congratulations, Soul the Cat. The winner here in this 13 games, 13 different winners. Not bad, huh? So congratulations to Cat on that victory. And it's not just a victory, of course. You got a top 10 finish for the top 10 players. For Random King on up, you got a top 10 finish all the way up to number 1, your winner, Soul the Cat. All right, back open for the next Twitchy Tides game. I'm going to take my hourly break now. Be about a 5-minute break. On the other side, we'll be back. This next game, the winner's going to win a Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 pack. I'm going to open this pack that Oga sent me live on air after that game. I think I've got to figure out. I moved it to my WCW, the Wax Cloud wallet. So we're going to open it out of there if I can get this to work right. So we'll have that as a little special thing after this game on the other side of the break. Got this laid out. We got a lot to give away, a lot to do, a limited amount of time. So let's get to this break. Back soon. We'll have a game with a pack on the line, another game with a pack on the line. They're right on top of the hour department, bra. And the fun continues. It's Twitchy Tides. It's Tides Tuesday. It's NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. right, coming back from break, NashvilleLou live. Let's take this overlay down. We got 27 players into this next game. I'll join to make it 28. Winner of this next game gets an item from the NashvilleLou collection. You can use that in that bounty block with that pinned link in chat. But of course, along with that, the Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. We've got an additional one to give away as well, so winner of this game will have another giveaway as well between now and midnight. 20 minutes or midnight my time, 1 a.m. Eastern. Stick to the protocol, pal. Let's go with this list of players here real fast. Also got the pack to open that Ogu was nice enough to send me. I think I got to figure it out for this live on stream. Other people can pull this off more smoothly than me, but we'll make it work. But first things first, let's get to this game. I'm going to make sure we get everything in time. Got 20 minutes to do this. Got 2 packs to give away. We got to get ready to get to 1 a.m. Be ready to raid out. And the fun will continue with Cartman Bra. All right, so let me pull this down. Go through the list of players. We got Musical Man, Lynn PH, Kiyoshi Nobu, Loire, Parrots, OP Influencer, CMC Skate, Soul the Cats, OG Daddy, Dr. Doom, DeBoer JS, Bonnie T, Notorious Ninja, Bo Reddington, The Sorrow NLV. I'm going to just pause for a second. I was trying to type pack in this list. I can't say one thing and type another. My brain doesn't work that way. There are people I worked with the TV. I could read a manuscript to them in their ear, and they could read the news and completely no-sell it. That's not me. So anyways, where was I? Notorious Ninja, Bo Reddington, Cesaro NLV, SDME123, Cartman Bra. We'll be raiding you about 20 minutes, buddy. JR since 82, Jamie Penguins, Kyung Wei, Too High, Zach Bonifer, Master Halo, Cabanarna, Azile, Flantality, Poppinstock, Sumerian B, Kite Meow, and me, NashvilleLou. Got a little shred action in there with my bird. And you got Autumn's Toys to give us 31. If I win, the prize goes to second place. The winner of this, if it's not me, winner's going to get that Series 4.1 pack and the item from the NashvilleLou collection. This 14th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou live with a pack on the line. Early on, Kite Meow and Musical Man got taken out. Barely had the OBS studio screen that I have Twitchy Tides in pulled down to see it. Sumerian B's out, down to 28. I love being part of Tides Tuesday. It's so much fun. Urge you to join me next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC. Or better yet, get on board early and ride that train all day. You'll end up here one way or another. However you get here, make sure you do. 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC, Tuesday next week. For Tides Tuesday. Pink Felicia zaps Loire and JR since 82. We're down to 25. Hey, Flantality, with collabs, I'm always interested in possibilities. It gets a little tricky for me with the audio. That Cannonball takes out Cabanarna, Hyung Wei, and Soul the Cat. We're down to 22. A lot of my challenges are based on the technical stuff where that's just not a strength for me. And when I was young working in the TV business, I was lucky I was successful as a producer. I didn't have to handle all the technical stuff that wasn't my strong suit. So when it comes to getting the audio to work, it can be tricky when you got multiple. If I don't have an audio engineer, it's going to annoy me. But then I have heard it work and it can work great. And they're collabs that don't necessarily have to even involve that. So always interested in possibilities. We start with 31. We're down to 16 now as that depth charge takes out Master, Halo, and Parrots. Down to 16. Where'd all the Snow Bears come from, asks Zach Bonifer. I don't know. Cannonball. It's going to take out Poppinstock, Autumn's Toys, and Jamie Penguins. Down to 13. Big Worm, that hook. Just below the Twitchy Tide sign. It's going to take out Cesaro NLV. It's also going to catch Kiyoshi Nobu. What a well-timed spin move. Just the misfortune of having it poised right above that hook. Depth Charge takes out Lynn, also gets Flantality. Flantality gets a top 10 finish, as do the remaining players, but who's going to be the winner? I'm still in there. See if I can pull off the Little Shred command. Well, as an LIL. Dr. Doom and Carbon Bra get taken out by that Depth Charge. We're down to 7. A Little Shred. Not quite small enough to miss that Cannonball, which also takes out Bo Reddington. We're down to 5. This is Twitchy Tides. Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Winner of this game gets a pack. We'll have an additional pack to give away as well. We're going to open up the community collab pack that Oga sent me. It's all going to happen before top of the hour, before 1 a.m. Eastern. When the clock strikes midnight Nashville time, it's time's up. Cannonball takes out Fawny T. But the damage has stopped there. And we're down to 3. It's Notorious Ninja, DeBoer JS, and SDME123. Cannonball takes out Notorious Ninja, and we're down to 2. SDME123 and DeBoer JS. OG Daddy saying, what enough already? Debo the Shark misses both players. I've already had my last break, so I'm with you for the duration until we do that raid over to Cartman Bra, top of the hour. And look at SDME123 with that shock command. Shocking Pink Felicia. Instead of getting taken out, the battle continues. SDME123 is going to get the win as that Cannonball hits DeBoer JS. So the first repeat winner of the broadcast, SDME123, who won in game number 9, wins here in game number 14. And in this one, wins a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Congratulations. Also the item from the NashvilleLou collection. You'll get 2 of those. One from game 9 and the one here for this win. Top 10 finishers. You're getting those, that boost both for that daily competition for the treasures, also for that monthly battle. Flantality on up all the way to number 1. Your winner, SDME123. All right, so I'm going to open it back up for the next Twitchy Tides game. But before we get to that game, I'm going to try and think if I can do this live on stream with this pack opening. Let's see how we can do this. Afraid if I take down the Twitchy Tides, I don't know if it's going to... If this disappears, I'm not sure what you'll see. You might see my full screen logo. I don't know if I'll, well, you know, we're going to see right now what's going to happen. There we go. All right, so I moved it over to my Wax Cloud wallet. The annoying begins with a dot. So every time, does it really begin with a dot? Yes. No, you don't get to re-roll. At least you didn't when I made that, what, 4 years ago now. Time flies. But Oga sent that to me. So I moved it from my Fulfillments wallet. I rarely send stuff back out of there, but I sent it here so I can open it on stream because I assure you, trying to log in on that computer with that wallet, maybe another day, but not today. So I need to get this opened. Open pack. Oh, it sent me the Hive. Oh, come on. See, this is why I normally don't do this stuff live. I don't like surprises like that. I'm going to log in here. Now, why did it tell me I couldn't... Ugh. All right. Luckily, I can make it work. Plus, that light mode, some people are kind of sensitive to that. All right. There we go. All better. I just know we're up against... Now it's like I really am best my TV news days. Like, yeah, we're 30 seconds heavy. Your meteorologist is not going to wrap it up, even though you say to. I don't like my stuff being shown on screen like this. I don't know what's going to pop up. I don't know. Somebody sent me something during the broadcast as a rib. You're a real rib on me right now. No, I'll say this for the future. Please don't just sneak up on me with this. Now, what's going on here? I got new stuff showing up. Last chance. If this doesn't work, I'm going to just move on. Oh, unpack. Okay. I don't like this showing my inventory stuff, though. I don't know what's sitting in there. This is why I normally don't do this sort of thing, but we're doing it here. Let's see what we got here. Sensei Bullrog, Cam Burns a lot, Frazzle, Soul the Cat, and Soul the Cat. Got double Soul the Cats here. Double leadership. And okay. Gonna go back through them, but All right. Let's make sure the Twitchy Tides tank. Okay, luckily the tank's still in good condition. No, not going to break. Already had our last break. See, again, the technical stuff, I do things in a certain order because when I don't, they get out of sequence. I can only do so much. And yeah, I love this. You just got to remember, I would get yelled at when stuff like this would happen in TV. So they used to call me Mr. Clean Show. Got the shaved head, like Mr. Clean and Clean Show. Like I try not to have mistakes and blunders in my broadcast. Of course, live streaming is a different animal, to be sure. And it's so much fun. Tides Tuesday is so much fun. It's wild, though, because, I mean, here we are. It's closing on 1 a.m. Eastern. And in all the tradition of broadcasting I ever learned, when you get to that time of night in the U.S., you say, well, you know, okay, you're not going to focus. That's not a day part you'll worry about too much, the overnights. But this game, Twitchy Tides, is popular around the world. Not just the people that play, but people that watch my stream. I look at those stats, which has information. This game is popular around the world. And you look at the evidence, go back and watch Tides Tuesday on Christmas Eve, and there were still people lined up wanting to play New Year's Eve. You could be watching the ball drop in New York City or wherever in the world, but there are people that showed up in a lot stronger than I expected numbers. So we'll make this last game the last one here, the broadcast. We'll leave the door open a little longer. Get as many people in as possible. Make sure we start with enough time to, in case it goes long, sometimes there is some variance with these games. And be ready to raid over to Cartman Bra top of the hour. And the fun's going to continue. It done time I showed you the one screen before, and I'll pull up this one. So the tank in that bottom corner. But that's Tuesday. The Tides Tuesday lineup as Tuesday turns into Wednesday. It's going to go clear into Cartman Bra top of the hour, into Tricky Creates, into Las Vegas Ape, and then to Consumer Break. At that point, you're talking Wednesday, early afternoon, East Coast U.S. time. The demand doesn't lay up because people love Twitchy Tides. Now, I've never seen anything like it. And I've been in broadcasting for 30 years. Now, I've seen things that people get incredibly passionate about, particularly sports. But for a game that I'm streaming from my home at near midnight local time, almost 1 a.m. Eastern, and we got people lined up ready to play, and they'll keep on being ready to play. We go over to Cartman Bra stream. And it's so much fun being part of this. I'm very happy because I'm finally able to do things that I envisioned a few years ago, but the technology wasn't there yet, or more specifically, I didn't have the wherewithal or the know-how to make it happen. Or the vision to create a game that would capture people's attention the way that Twitchy Tides has. I think the key for this continuing to work is being able to get people as easily as possible in with Wax wallets. It shouldn't be this giant chore to get people in like you're trying to break them into some sort of secret society. You know, it should be as simple as downloading a mobile game is. We don't even think about it. The same people that would demonize Wax games, especially a couple years ago, people said some very harsh things. But to me, those harsh things, okay, I got to know my audience. These people didn't want to hear what I had to say, so I'll focus on the core people that get it, that know what's going on, and will continue to grow and see what's going to advance. Some things haven't gone as expected, but isn't that life? And some things have been wonderful surprises, one of them being Twitchy Tides. I mean, it solved a huge problem for me. How do I handle prize giveaways in a way that's compelling, where I'm not having to sit down and ask for somebody's Wax wallet, hope for them to tell it to me in chat so I can write it down. Things from game shows that you never see because most game shows are not live. They don't do prize fulfillment live. They don't fill out forms live. Why? Because it's not compelling. With this, not only is this incredibly compelling, and I know it from going back and watching it later, if I was getting bored with this, I don't know if I would continue to do this to this level. But it's part of every broadcast I do. It's not going to be part of the Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse. No Twitchy Tides for that. Can you imagine? I'll stick to men's. Let me get the men's lacrosse stuff. Let me do the Lou Pickney can do that. NashvilleLou can bring you this. So we got, 26 people in for this. Will be the last game for me for this episode of Twitchy Tides. Excuse me. Like that 27 players. So pinned in chat got the link to that bounty block. It's going to run through Wednesday of next week. So if you need some time on it, you got it. But obviously, better to go ahead and just lock it in, and then you don't have to worry about it. And I might do something Wednesday of next week, to like an unveiling show of some sort. To be determined on that. I don't want to promise something I can't deliver. That's what I've been kind of thinking about. OG Day saying, no whammies stuff. If I try to pull it up here, it would probably cause problems for me. But particularly those Blockchain Brawlers broadcasts from a couple of years ago. Somebody did a cover version of the Press Your Luck theme song. It was like with drums. It's amazing. I can't pull it up right now without messing things up or risking messing things up. But again, the technical stuff. I keep this in a certain pace, in a certain way for a good reason. Because when if I get out of order, just my words will be jumbled. My broadcast might be jumbled. All right, so 27 players in. Let's take the overlay down. So this is the last one of the broadcasts, and there's a pack on the line for the winner of this last Twitchy Tides game of my part of Tides Tuesday. But this thing which started at 5 a.m. Eastern Tuesday morning is going to continue. We do a raid over to Cartman Bra. It's got 5 hours with it. 5 more hours with Tricky Creates. 2 hours, Las Vegas Ape. And they'll ride on into the Breakman show, Consumer Break, repping Charleston, West Virginia quite nicely. I worked in that TV market a couple of times when I lived in Huntington, West Virginia. Charleston's about a 45-minute, maybe, depending on traffic drive, depending where you are in Huntington, down I-64. All right, so 31 players. And actually, I didn't hit enter. That's usual. I get halfway to the point and then make sure I use my Lulu fish for this one. There. My unofficial mascot here for NashvilleLou Live, Lulu. So 32 players. I'll run through this list of participants. We'll get to it. The winner gets an item from the NashvilleLou collection, which you can use in that bounty block I was talking about, plus that Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. With 33 people in. Scramble to find the microphone mute. There we go. 33 players. We got RCPADG, Fonny T, Chucky, SDB123, Hellacious Z, Notorious Ninja, Misty Rios, OG Daddy, Soul the Cat, Young Wei, Parrots, JR Since 82, Autumn's Toys, Musical Man, Too High, Lynn PH, Zach Bonifer, Loire, Cartman Bra, Dr. Doom, Viper Czar, Azile, Kiyoshi Nobu, Jinteri, BG Dub, Pennybags Jr., Cesaro NLV, Jamie Penguins, me, NashvilleLou with the Lulu fish, Crawling Moon, DYLC. I was making sure I could read. Sometimes the I's and L's on this screen look a little bit tough to discern there. Also, Bo Reddington, Pop and Stock as well, giving us 33 players. By when the prize goes to second place. With a pack on the line, this 15th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, Tides Tuesday, NashvilleLou Live. Pop and Stock and Kiyoshi Nobu taking out early. Debo spun around. Getting some ill treatment on the way out. But the damage done, we're down to 31. The hook from Big Worm takes out JR Since 82 and Dr. Doom. We're down to 29. So I've got a Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse broadcast, 1 p.m. Eastern, Saturday over on SwaneeTigers.com. As Pink Felicia takes out Notorious Ninja and Kyung Wei, we're down to 27. Back on Tuesday and next week, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC, with episode 17 of Tides Tuesday. The hook, Big Worm takes out Viper Czar. We're down to 26. Here comes Debo the Shark, topside, taking out Len PH and BG Dub. Down to 24. It's Tides Tuesday. Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Debo the Shark. Got shocked, got zapped right there, but damage done, taking out RCP ADG along with Soul the Cats. And we're down to 22. After this game, we'll be doing a raid over to Cartman Bra as the Tides Tuesday fun continues. Debo got dealt with there. The fish. Debo a solid pummeling. But there's Big Worm the Hook, taking out Jamie Penguins and Zach Bonifer. We're down to 20. Remember the winner of this game wins a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Depth Charge takes out Loire, down to 19. Cannonball takes out DYLC, Misty Rios, and Musical Man. Down to 16, more than half the field is out. Break into the wax chain. I was thinking like breaking into the pro wrestling business. We take a beating from Brad Ringus for 18 months and maybe we'll smarten you up. Then we get these guys that want to be wrestlers and then get them in there with these really crazy wrestlers up that do these moves to really hurt them. To prove their fake stuff was real. That was always a strange mindset to me. Autumn's Toys, My Fish, and SD Me all out, down to 11. But breaking into any business, like breaking into TV wasn't easy. I had to know somebody that lost his housing for the summer of 97. That's how I got into TV. My buddy Brad Shoemaker lost his housing in Evansville. We started with 33, we're down to 8. Winner gets a 4.1 pack. Bonnie T gets zapped, so does Crawling Moon. We're down to 6. As we at 1 a.m. Eastern, we're doing a raid over to Cartman Bra. We gotta get a winner here first. Depth Charge, that takes out Cesaro NLV, we're down to 5. Pink Felicia, up top's gonna get Pennybags Jr. Also zapping Cartman Bra, we're down to 3. That's the maximum kills there for Felicia, so Bo Reddington, okay. Bo Reddington, Hellacious Z, Jen Terry, the last 3. One of these 3 players is about to win a Series 4.1 pack. But who's it going to be? Here comes Pink Felicia. Will this settle it? Felicia zaps Bo Reddington. Jen Terry manages to slide by. The battle continues. Jen Terry and Hellacious Z with a pack on the line for the winner. Hey, Musical Man, thank you for watching. There's Pink Felicia. Jen Terry gets zapped, and that's the game. So congratulations, Hellacious Z, winning the pack here in this 15th game of the broadcast. But we end up today with 14 winners in 15 games. You know what? I'll take that. That's a pretty nice distribution when it works out like that. And along with that, of course, top 10 finishes for players. Azile on up in this game with a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1 in your winner, Hellacious Z. All right, so let me take a quick peek over here and see if Cartman Bra is live. I'm going to do a raid. There he is, so he's live. So Cartman Bra is live. So let me do a quick sig out. And we'll do a raid over to Cartman Bra. The fun continues with Twitchy Tides and Tides Tuesday. See that streamer lineup, Cartman Bra. That was for the next 5 hours. Then from there, another 5 hours. Tricky creates 2 hours with Las Vegas Ape. And then on from there to Consumer Break. That's going to do it for this broadcast of NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. See you next time.